I don't think there's any more beautiful boulevard in North America than Michigan Avenue, and the highlight, the Water Tower in downtown Chicago, especially resplendent this time of the year, filled with Christmas lights and holiday shoppers. And just a couple of miles west of downtown Chicago, the United Center. And the starting lineups for the Lakers tonight: Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones in the backcourt, Jerome Kersey for Cedric Ceballos, Shaquille O'Neal and Eldon Campbell up front. They come in 18-7. They are 7-5 on the road. The Chicago Bulls will start Ron Harper and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Scottie Pippen, Bill Wennington, and Dennis Rodman back for the second game after serving that 2-game suspension will start tonight. Wennington back in the starting lineup, having given way to Robert Parrish. And let's check in with Greg Sager.
Doc Rivers commented earlier on guarding Shaq by committee. All week, Phil Jackson's been downplaying the possibility of Dennis Rodman being the head of that committee. Tonight, he confided to us he did not want to give Rodman the added mental burden. But Rodman is up for the task. He told me tonight he has his most success against Shaq when he antagonizes him, throws him off his game by being physical, going toe-to-toe. But he also confessed that can lead to foul trouble. As for his behavior after serving that 2-game suspension for the profanity-laced tirade in the post-game locker room, Rodman says he will try to keep his cool, but he stopped short of guaranteeing it. Vern?
All right, Craig. There's a man whose latest do looks a little bit like a bowl of sherbet gone sour.
Yeah, it really has. I tell you what, he's good at antagonizing people. I tell you, he's really good at that.
Dick Bavetta, Hank Armstrong, and Greg Willard are the officiating trio tonight. This the first of 2 meetings. These two teams 6-6 in this decade. And last year, the Bulls handed the Lakers 2 defeats, winning here by 10. And then that memorable February 2nd game in Los Angeles when Magic Johnson returned to the court. Michael and the Bulls came in. Chicago 20-3. They lost at home to Miami on a Saturday night. On Sunday, went to Toronto and got thumped by the Raptors. Since then, have won 3 in a row. The Lakers 7-5 on the road, but they have won 5 in succession, and they have a 2-game edge over the Seattle Supersonics in the Pacific Division. O'Neal gets the tap, and it's in the hands of Nick Van Exel. Ron Harper will pick him up defensively. So that puts Jordan on Eddie Jones. Rodman has Campbell for the start, O'Neal and Bill Wennington.
And if you want to watch someone very early in this game, you should watch Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel. Nick Van Exel has shot 75% in the first half, or in the first quarter, in his last 5 or 6 games. That's an amazing statistic.
75% on 21 of 28, and he's averaging 11 points per game in the first quarter of those 5 games.
So the other 3 quarters is in trouble right now.
I wasn't going to bring that up. Jordan, fade away. Rodman can't control it, dives out of bounds into the crowd of photographers, and that will be Los Angeles ball. That first basket by Eddie Jones.
You can see Dennis Rodman into it already with his effort. Great effort by Dennis Rodman, and that's what he plays on. Obviously, great athletic ability, but it's his effort that wins games.
Van Exel for 3. There's what you were talking about.
Yeah, he's deadly. You know, there's a lot of reasons why, but one is teams concentrate so much on Shaq.
At the other end, Scottie Pippen cans a 3, and it's a 5-3 ball game. Talking with Bill Harris this morning about why Van Exel has found the magic in the last 5 games. And he just kind of nodded and said, well, that's just Nick.
I think what he was saying is he wants Nick to do that for 3 more quarters.
Van Exel by Harper. And he loses it. It's a 3-on-2 break. Harper in the middle, takes it all the way. And the board goes in the hands of Eddie Jones. Here come the Lakers, 2-on-2. Van Exel dips it off underneath, and a foul is called on Ron Harper. Nick Van Exel in the last 5 games. Points, 12, and then look at the last 3 quarters. And the 3-point field goals have been amazing in the first quarter. Now Eddie Jones at the free throw line.
The concentration is as highest at the beginning of the game. You're as fresh as you will be at the beginning of the game. And everyone's thinking about Shaq at the beginning of the game, so it's smart for Nick to try to get off to a quick start.
Eddie Jones gets them both. And it's a 7-3 ball game. Now Pippen, Percy runs at him. Michael Jordan with the offensive rebound. Rodman gets his first offensive board, finds Wennington open for the jumper and gets it.
And the way to beat the Bulls, obviously, is out-rebounding them. That's what Miami did. That's what Toronto did. The Lakers are going to have to do that. They're going to have to do a better job if they're going to win this game.
Here's Shaquille O'Neal, his first shot. Rebound in the hands of Ron Harper. And the Bulls with the chance to tie it in the early going.
Tell you what, Vern, watching Ron Harper run up and down the court right now, and this has to be a reason for concern. His knees look like they are really bothering him.
There's a block, a clean block from Eldon Campbell. Take a look at Rodman on the offensive board a moment ago.
You know he's going to be there, and he's going to just out-effort you every time. He thinks the ball belongs to him. That's why Charles Barkley, they're great rebounders.
Campbell. Double comes from Michael Jordan. Eldon Campbell. Here's Harper with another rebound. And another chance for Chicago to tie or take the lead on this possession. Rodman.
No, go ahead.
Eddie Jones has it, and Pippen goes over Jones for two.
Oh, he's so smooth. He made that look so easy. That was not easy.
Tied at 7. Van Exel, another 2. An acrobatic deuce.
Yeah, and Ron Harper has his hands full. Nick Van Exel is so quick. Ron Harper looks like he's favoring his leg a little bit. That could be problems.
Wennington. Oh, he can shoot.
He really can. And it's a nice matchup with him on Shaq because he's going to take Shaq away from the bucket.
Yeah, it's the jumper with Bill Wennington. That's how he's made his living in the league.
Yeah, it really has, and it takes the big man away from where he wants to be, and that's underneath.
Ball will be inbounded by Eddie Jones. Now, Jackson said he was going to start with the matchup with Harper and Van Exel and see how things went. Eldon Campbell off the glass for 2.
Tell you what, when I was in San Antonio, that was the matchup we feared. Dennis could guard anybody else in this league except for Eldon Campbell.
Really?
He had huge games against us because he's bigger. Eldon Campbell loves shooting over guys that he's bigger than.
Off the glass for Jordan's first basket. And we're tied once again at 11. O'Neal. Back to Eddie Jones for 3. Campbell with the offensive rebound, stripped away and knocked out of bounds by Michael Jordan.
You know, everyone's talking about the inside game of the Bulls, missing Luka Longley. They can go inside by posting up their guard, Michael Jordan, or their small forward, Scottie Pippen.
Back it goes to O'Neal. The little jump is good. And a 2-point Los Angeles lead again. Now Jordan at the other end. Finds Wennington. This one won't fall. Another offensive board for Rodman, though. Pippen thought about a 3. Goes by Kersey. Scoop shot, no. Rodman can't control it. It's out of bounds against Van Exel.
Good call. Good call. They both were fighting for it. It hit Van Exel last. That's a nice call. You can see it right there. Both out of bounds, but Van Exel was the last guy who touched the ball.
Pippen. Wennington. Deadly.
Yeah, he is. And guys don't want to come out there. Not only do they not like that, you can see Shaq, he just stood there. He said, I'm going to give the guy the shot. If you give him that shot, he's going to make it.
Luke Longley, you saw reacting. Luke expected back in January. Suffered that shoulder problem while body surfing in the Pacific Ocean. Nice move, baseline for Shaquille O'Neal. You know, it was interesting. Del Harris was saying this morning, well, let's go back and take a look at this.
Yeah, he's just bigger. He gets that great position, uses his body. The one thing I'd say to Bill Wennington, if you know he's going to score, you got to foul him before he can get the basket up. Make him earn it from the free throw line.
Time has been called. Chicago Bulls use a timeout. So we are notched with 7:07 to go in the first quarter, 15-13. Lakers lead by 2.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. One big reason Miami is on top of the Atlantic Division at 18-5. This guy, Timmy Hardaway. But check it out tonight at Miami Arena. First quarter, Hardaway, bothered by back spasms, goes to the floor at Miami Arena. He was helped to the locker room with a lower back strain, questionable as to whether or not he will return tonight. After he left, Indiana hit him with a 15-2 run. It's 35-27. We go back to Chicago.
All right, EJ, thank you. And as you can see, Miami with a 2-game lead over New York. The Knicks haven't lost since they were thumped at home by Miami 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they're playing good basketball. I think a lot of people right now, the New York Knicks are their whooping boys, and they better watch it. I think that team at the end of the year is going to be so dangerous.
Dale Harris was talking about Pat Riley, as a matter of fact, with us this morning, and he said Riley put it best when talking about how do you defeat Chicago. It's mental more than physical. Yeah,
you have to expect to win when you come into this building, or when you play the Chicago Bulls, or when you guard Michael Jordan. You have to expect that you're going to have a better game. If you look at him and you come in thinking maybe we can win, or if we play well, we have a chance, you're going to lose. You have to believe that you can beat this team. That's the only way you can beat them.
Shaquille O'Neal gets the free throw. He was 6 of 9 in their most recent win, the overtime victory over Portland. And his free throw percentage is at 59% over the last 5 games. So not great, but better than it had been.
I think they take 59 for the season. They'd be real happy with that.
Jordan for 2. He's got 4.
I tell you, the one big advantage Michael has over Eddie Jones is his body. Eddie Jones is still mature and he needs to get a little stronger. Michael Jordan is as strong as you're going to get at the guard position.
Here comes Shaquille O'Neal again. Harper makes a pass at the double team. But he's really concerned with the outlet pass back. That jumper won't fall. Wennington battles. Shaquille O'Neal gets it. Eldon Campbell puts it in. And the lead is back to 3 at 18-15. Pippen guarded by Kersey. 6:05 to go, first quarter. Come on, Bill. Rodman. Wennington for the jumper. Hey, they give him that shot all night long. He'll kill you.
He'll be the player of the game.
Yeah, he'll be over here with us after the game.
Great pass by Dennis Rodman, a part of the game no one talks about. He's a great passer also.
That's the 3rd assist for Rodman in the first quarter, and it's a 1-point game yet again. Now Van Exel off the dribble, drives. Rodman came to help out defensively, so they get it to Campbell for 2.
And I think right now, besides Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel and Eldon Campbell are going to be key guys. Nick Van Exel has a quickness advantage, and Campbell has a size advantage.
Jordan. Offensive board again for Chicago. They are winning that battle. Pippen for 3, and Kersey is fouled by Ron Harper. Loose ball foul.
Loose ball foul. Little Ron Harper, his second.
Hey, Nick, just a pump fake right around Ron Harper. He sees he can get into the lane. When you get a guy in the lane, it causes a lot of problems. Rodman helps, Campbell scores.
I think you might be right about Ron Harper hurting a little bit. He's going to take a seat on the bench now and give way to Randy Brown.
And Randy Brown will be a key guy for the Bulls because he's a defensive specialist, and they might need that, especially in the first quarter against Nick Van Exel.
Here's Van Exel for 3.
Well, Vern.
Man, oh man.
Here we go again.
8 points for Van Exel in the first quarter. Kersey steps in front of the pass from Pippen. And a 6-point Los Angeles lead at 23-17. Shaquille O'Neal over Wennington short, gets the offensive board, muscles his way in, and gets the roll this time. And it's an 8-point lead.
Shaq's really active right now. He's really active. You love seeing that out of the big guy, especially a guy with that type of size.
Rodman to Wennington. Traveling. Take a look at O'Neal again.
Just look how active he is right here. He misses the shot. He's back on it. He's following it up, and he puts it up again. Obviously, if it's me, I'm fouling him. I'm making him shoot free throws.
Van Exel picked up by Randy Brown. 25-17, 4:13 to go in the first quarter. Entry pass goes awry, picked up by Eddie Jones of Los Angeles. Campbell from the baseline. Rodman to Jordan. Jordan 1-on-4. And a foul is called on Van Exel. That's how much they fear him.
Hey, I tell you what, it was 1-on-4, but Michael Jordan had the advantage.
That's right.
You know, most guys, when you get this, you see 1-on-4, and the coaches stand up and yell, hold it up, Phil Jackson, he said, go for it, Michael. He did have the advantage.
Now the pass, the ball inbound to Jordan. 3:53 to go. Pippen for three. Van Exel, Brown and Rodman out. Now Rodman backs away.
You have not seen the Bulls trap yet. They're a strange team in doing that. It seems like each quarter they try to tighten the grip on you. Right now, I don't think they've trapped much at all so far.
Again, Jordan with a late double team and a foul is called. They'll put Shaquille O'Neal at the free throw line. Harris was talking about the growth that he sees in O'Neal this year. He said, don't worry about the free throws. That'll come in time. What we want you to do is improve on your rebounding, your field goal percentage, your assist to turnover ratio, and if you can find yourself in the top 3 in the league in those categories, you've made great strides.
And 3, as far as assist to turnover ratio, he means centers.
Right.
I hope no one saw that shot right there. People underneath should put on hard hats. That was ugly.
Maybe the free throw shooting won't come.
That was ugly. That was dangerous.
See?
Hey, he's a comeback player.
26-20, 3:25 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, but back on Shaq, right now, he is almost even with assist turnovers. And for a big guy, that's a great number, especially if you look at some of the other shooters in the league.
Yeah, both the assist and turnovers right above 3. Shaquille, yeah, he was looking over his shoulder for Van Exel, and in the process, he forgot about Randy Brown.
Yeah.
All right, I better enough.
Shaquille getting out. You know, the Lakers are trying to do some trapping on the pick and rolls, and the Bulls have said that they're going to run more pick and rolls in this game than you usually see them run because they want to get Shaq away from the bucket.
Dickie Simpkins is the second man to try his hand at Shaquille as Wennington's out. O'Neal, short, rebound in the hands of Scottie Pippen. So Simpkins will pick it up for the final 3 minutes of the first quarter on O'Neal. Jordan for 3. O'Neal with a rebound. Eddie Jones picked up by Jordan, takes the jumper over him and cancels. That's for 2.
And that's what Eddie Jones has to do. He has to attack Michael Jordan and make him work. So far, he hasn't done that. When he does it like that, Michael can have a tough go.
Eddie Jones makes the steal and is down right in front of us.
And he went down hard.
Now Jones back up and on the floor. And O'Neal, nice pass, and it's good.
Tell you what, the Lakers are playing really well. They're playing free offensively. Dale Harris said this morning that they don't have an identity yet as a team, offensively or defensively. But he would love this. And this is what they show him every night.
Another miss from Pippen, and the double-digit lead, a chance to expand it now in the final 2 minutes of the first quarter. O'Neal, give and go, beauty. 12-point lead. Los Angeles hitting 65% of the first quarter. It's not just Van Exel.
No, it's not. It's everyone. They're getting good shots, though. They're moving and getting great shots.
There's a nifty pass underneath to Pippen. The reverse layup was good. And back to a 10-point margin, 1:20 to go in the opening quarter. That ends a 14-3 run. Simpkins literally leans on O'Neal. Kersey open for the jump. That was ugly. Wow. Might give him that shot again.
Yeah, I think they will.
Challenge him to make that one. Another turnover, though, for the Bulls. And as Shaquille O'Neal makes the nice pass to Eddie Jones, we go to commercial, a 10-point game. Chicago has sipped from the cup of defeat only 3 times this year. How have they been defeated? Well, look what Utah did. 48-26 points in the paint. Miami, the same kind of an edge, as did Toronto. And how's it going tonight? The Lakers, 18 points in the paint. Chicago, 4.
And when talking to Phil Jackson this morning, Vern, he said that doesn't bother him. I don't know if I agree with that, but he said it doesn't. He said if a team's going to not let them score inside or they'll shoot the outside jumper. They'll take whatever the defense gives them. I don't know if he was being truthful with me this morning.
You just made a point to me during the commercial break, Doc, that the longer this game goes on, the more confidence this very young Laker team seems to be gaining.
Yeah, I think what people forget about this Laker team is that they're young. Obviously, they're talented, but they're very young. And games like this and quarters like this only make them more dangerous later.
Travis Knight, a 7-foot rookie from Connecticut, has come on the floor now, number 40 for Los Angeles, to give O'Neal a breather. And Rodman gets the takeaway. Here comes Michael Jordan. Randy Brown, Pippen calls for it. Gets the pass from Jordan, drives to the basket, takes the jumper, in and out. Campbell rebound. Van Exel, Knight. Byron Scott is also on the floor, number 4. Along with Eddie Jones, here's Knight. Number 1 draft pick of the Chicago Bulls last year. And the Bulls renounced their rights to him after 2 weeks. And he has signed a free agent contract with Los Angeles for the minimum.
Well, that's because they didn't know Luke Longley was going to go body surfing.
Right. Jordan. And another miss by Michael Jordan. Chicago hitting just under 50%. Jordan, though, it's only 2 of 6 from the field. Yeah, will he get the shot off? Of course! Oh, man! The first quarter brilliance for Nick Van Exel continues. That's only for 2. But in the first quarter, perfect. 4 for 4 from the field. This one a prayer that was answered at the buzzer. Everything going the Laker way here in the Windy City. They are up by an astonishing 14. The NBA on TNT comes to you from the beautiful city of Chicago tonight. A glamorous matchup to match the festive holiday spirit. The Los Angeles Lakers come in, led by Shaquille O'Neal. Doc.
Yeah, Shaq has done everything. Rebound, shot, play defense, alley-oops. The one thing he's doing, he's playing with effort. He's playing with some intensity. You got a guy with that size, that talent, playing with intensity, you're going to have a good first quarter.
He is the NBA Player of the Week for the week ending December 15th. He averaged 31 points and 10 rebounds during those 3 games. And Van Exel continued his terrific first quarter play. Perfect from the field, 4 for 4. And tonight, 10 points rather than the 11. Field goals, 4 for 4. 3-point field goals, 2 of 2.
We got an interesting message from Ron Harper. Timeout. He told me that that's how he always runs now. I'm used to him in his younger days. He said that's how I used to run my last couple of years also.
Robert Parrish on the floor gives it off to Randy Brown, and they misfire from the Bulls. Now at the other end, here's Byron Scott over Steve Kerr, who's also on the floor, and Tony Kukoc. So let's set the lineups now. It's Brown, Kerr, Pippen, Kukoc, and Robert Parrish for the Bulls. Steve Kerr. Entry pass to Kukoc, who's guarded by Travis Knight. And they miss again.
Yeah, the thing with the Bulls right now, they're getting good shots, and that has to make you happy or concerned in one way. Concerned that if they start making them and getting good shots, you're in trouble.
Campbell to Travis Knight, fouled underneath. Campbell, they'll run more plays for him now with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Elton Campbell, when Shaq goes out, he's the go-to guy. He's the guy that they throw it down on the post and they hope they get a double team or that he can score. And he likes that adjustment. The biggest adjustment he's had to make, Del Harris was telling us this morning, is when he's not the guy, when you cut, you still have to cut hard. You have to cut with a purpose. At first he would say, well, it's not my play. I'll just get out of the way. You don't get out of the way. You still try to cut and occupy the defense. And that's what he's trying to learn to do now.
Travis Knight gets 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And the lead is 15 to 37-22. Pick and roll. Steve Kerr picked up the mismatch for Travis Knight. We have Byron Scott on Tony Kukoc, and Pippen is fouled by Eddie Jones.
That was a great move by Pippen. He made Eddie Jones foul him. Pippen's falling off balance a little bit, and he knew that. He was off balance here, and he made him foul him by leading back into him. Smart move, veteran move.
Kerr on the cut finds Robert Parrish. The Chief gets two, playing tonight in his 1,579th game. Campbell over Parrish.
Yeah, if they do that, Parrish is going to have some trouble. I didn't know Eldon Campbell could do that.
10 points for Campbell and 7 rebounds. So 3 in double figures already for Los Angeles. Here's Kerr. Pick and roll with Parrish again. Kukoc for 3. Woefully off the mark. Parrish gets another one.
2 for 2 for Robert Parrish, and if you're a little guy or a big guy watching Robert Parrish play, what does he do? He gets the ball and he keeps it over his head. He never brings it down, and he takes the shot and he makes it.
21st season in the NBA. So he had played 3 years when Kobe Bryant was born.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Give it a little perspective.
Oh, my.
It truly is amazing. I mean, this is not George Blanda kicking field goals in the NFL. This is Robert Parrish taking a pounding on the basketball court.
And this is a physical game, a game that you have to run up and down the court, and this guy is still doing it.
Or Hoyt Wilhelm pitching, whatever Hoyt Wilhelm was pitching at the age of in the late 40s. 9:35 to go first half. Pippen finds Randy Brown. Nice play.
Nice move. Nice athletic move.
41-28. And a foul called. Randy Brown with a wonderful play.
Yeah, he's athletic, and that's why they brought him in here, to try to make things happen. He's a great defender, but he also is a good finisher.
Derek Fisher's on the floor for Nick Van Exel, number 2, the rookie from Arkansas Little Rock. He has had his play minutes cut the last week or so.
Yeah, he's having a rookie season. He has a good one and he has a bad one. He's going to play big minutes and he's going to play small minutes.
Campbell again.
Oh, wow. He's on fire right now.
3 of 3 in the quarter for Eldon Campbell at the 9-minute mark of the first half. Travis Knight picks up Kukoc. Pippen off the dribble. Scottie Pippen. A 13-point margin. 8:40 to go first half of play. Pippen guards Eddie Jones. Kerr has Byron Scott. There's Jones. Travis Knight can't quite get there. Kerr finds the ball, and here comes Chicago. Kukoc. Oh,
Wow.
oh, dear.
That was a great pass.
At the other end, Fisher for 2.
4-point turnaround. 2 you didn't get, 2 they got.
Back to a 15-point margin. Pippen gives it back to Steve Kerr. Kukoc. Foul on Eldon Campbell. Take another look at that, the touch pass from Kukoc.
You know, not only the touch pass, the pass from Kerr was great. The pass from Kukoc was even better. The finish was the problem there.
Yeah. Randy Brown will head to the bench. Michael Jordan back on the floor. So it's Jordan and Kerr, Parrish, Kukoc, and Pippen.
And the young fella, Kobe Bryant, has just entered the game guarding Scottie Pippen.
So the education of Kobe Bryant will now commence in Chicago.
Yeah, it will.
Michael Jordan too strong. Kerr saves it for the Bulls after Kukoc knocked it out to him. Kobe Bryant at 18 years of age. On Pippen for 3, no. And here comes Derek Fisher for the Lakers. A 45-30 ball game, 7:28 to go first half. Jones, they can't miss. It's Kobe Bryant instead of Jones. Kobe Bryant has the best three-point percentage of anybody on the Laker team.
He's really shooting the ball well. Their concern with him is he tries to have a home run play every play instead of just letting the game come to him. Hey, Bernie's 18.
And the Lakers lead by 18. O'Neal picks up his first foul tonight. And Kukoc will throw it in front of the Chicago bench.
They've made a switch already, putting Kobe on Michael.
Well, then the education. He's now in a postgraduate course.
Yeah, boy. Accelerated learning.
Wow. Talking about the fast track, huh?
Oh, my.
How'd you do your first trip to Chicago your rookie year? Well, I had Pippen and then Jordan.
Yeah.
O'Neal. Watch Kobe Bryant guarding Michael Jordan for the first time.
Yeah, that's what you call one of those oops play. He went the wrong way.
6:41 to go in the first half of play. A 50-32 Los Angeles lead. Coverage of the NBA on Turner Sports continues tomorrow. The New York Knicks go into Detroit to take on the Pistons. On Friday night, the Magic will host the Jazz. And then on Thursday, December 26th, the Magic against the Heat. And Los Angeles off to a quick start here, 18-7 through 25 games. Look at the records they have posted previous championship years. So they're in the ballpark.
Yeah, they really are. And you know what the most amazing thing? Those teams have been together, those past Laker teams. This is a brand new team playing an entirely different style with the brand new center, and they still have a great record. I don't know what that says about later in the year when they get to know each other.
You know, Del Harris was talking about what they have accomplished on the road. They stopped Orlando's home game winning streak a year ago at 40. They halted the Phoenix streak. They've won big games on the road. They won in Houston this year in double overtime.
The only team to do that.
And they lead by 19 here.
Well, the knock against the Lakers is they've only played as good as their talent. They've lost to Toronto. They've lost to some other teams, but they beat all the good teams.
Byron Scott on Jordan. And Jordan is now 3 of 10 from the field. Kobe Bryant blows by Steve Kerr. And an offensive rebound. Lakers are hitting 65% in the ballgame so far. There's 2 more. Kobe Bryant. .50 to go. Highest point total in the first half this season for the Lakers, 61 points. They're only 8 away from that right now. We've still got 5:44 to go. Here's a foul.
The Lakers personal foul, Kobe Bryant.
On Kobe Bryant.
First, the team score.
And right now you can see whoever Kobe Bryant is guarding, they're trying to attack, and they're not attacking him with their quickness. As Kobe Bryant is a quick player, they're using their bodies. He's still very small, light, and they're using their bodies to get around him more than their quickness.
Kukoc gets one. Van Exel's going to come on now for Derek Fisher. Interesting to watch as Tony Kukoc went to the line here. Byron Scott going out and just talking very quietly with Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why they brought Byron Scott in here. Not only is he doing it with his leadership off the court, Byron Scott has had some big plays. He had a big dunk the other day at age 35.
Van Exel back on the floor. Bryant has it, guarded by Rodman. Parrish has O'Neal. And 2 more for Shaquille.
Wow, and that was a tough shot. You can't guard him much better than that.
21-point lead. Jordan, 3 of 10 so far. Here's Robert Parrish. He's got 6.
Boy, right back at you.
5:05 to go first half. This crowd sitting in stunned silence right now. O'Neal, 2 more.
Wow. It's the match between Shaq and Robert Parrish, and I think the Lakers, at this point in Parrish's career, likes that matchup.
Jordan finally gets one. He's 4 of 11. Van Exel picked up by Steve Kerr. For 3.
This is the first quarter. Van Exel is playing great. He's playing
Look at this.
The entire team, they are really shooting the ball well. And to beat the Lakers, beat the Bulls, obviously, you have to shoot the ball well. They lead the league in opponents' field goal percentage at 39%.
Kukoc gets a counter at the other end, a 3-point play that cuts the lead to 19. Van Exel again picked up by Steve Kerr. Kobe Bryant, now Kukoc has him. Here's O'Neal. Parrish backs away.
He's making bankers. He's shooting the hook shots.
And it's a 3:50 time remaining. O'Neal is 8 of 12. Here's Kerr. Nope. Rodman. Got it. Jordan. 2 more.
You know what? That was a really smart thing. Michael Jordan is struggling right now from the outside. He had the open three. He passed up on it and took it closer to make sure he made the shot. That's a veteran smart play.
Van Exel can't miss. And he looks like Ken Norton Jr. as he comes down.
Yeah, but those hooks might be too early.
Right. 22-point lead. Jordan guarded by Byron Scott. Campbell having rested. Here's Jordan for 2 more. No. No, yeah, this one falls. Van Exel. Kobe Bryant over Kukoc. Chief finds Kukoc. He'll wait for teammates to come down to him. Here's Jordan off the dribble. Goes to the free throw line.
And that's twice that he's passed up the three-pointer.
Jordan will be at the free throw line, but time has been called. Van Exel, in the meantime, can't miss.
Well, Vern, it's Christmas time, and my gift to you is possibly a championship team. John Stockton and Karl Malone are the obvious people with the Utah Jazz, but Jeff Hornacek has really picked his game up, playing great. Antoine Carr off the bench. Byron Russell has stepped in a starting spot and playing well along with Greg Ostertag. But my guy, Shannon Anderson. Jerry Sloan, underrated coach. But look at Shannon Anderson's numbers.
I appreciate the gift, and I appreciate the sentiment involved in you thinking that they might win it this year. Jerry Sloan, of course, one of the retired jerseys here, along with Bob Love. There was another 23 that hung up there for, a year and a half.
And a lot of teams want them to put that back up.
Yes, don't they? Don't they? Look at this shooting percentage by the Lakers. They just have been torrid in this ball game.
Yeah, you got to think at some point that they're going to hit a snag. The way they're shooting, they're not going to lose. I mean, obviously, you're shooting 65, 67%, you're in good shape.
Michael Jordan at the free throw line.
Scottie Pippen's in the lineup for the Bulls. Robert Parrish.
And you can see right now, there's a saying in the NBA, you win by the jump shot, you lose, or you shoot the jumper, you lose by it, and that's what they're doing right now. Shooting all jumpers, no penetration, no post-up moves either, which I'm surprised by. I thought they would go to Michael more in the post. Like right here.
Yes. Eddie Jones has him. Baseline, nope. Pippen wanted that rebound.
Yeah, he really did. And by going to Michael in the post, what that causes is double teams. It frees guys up on the board. And that's why Scottie Pippen got that rebound, because Kobe Bryant went to trap. You know, he causes so much attention down on the post.
And he gets the free throw for the three-point play. Now pressure applied defensively. There's the trap on the baseline. Kerr, Kukoc, timeout called by the Lakers.
And as well as the Lakers have played so far, Vern, the one thing we have not seen is that Chicago Bulls press. One of the reasons is because Chicago's missing shots and the Lakers are making all their shots.
Here's how amazing things have gone here in the first half. Los Angeles is on a pace to score 147 points against a Chicago team that is yielding an average of only 88 per game. I don't think they're going to get to 147.
No, if they get 147, that's an entire newspaper article or newspaper.
Right. Chicago, though, can't shake Detroit. And by the way, Chicago and Detroit will play in a special Christmas doubleheader on NBC coming up Christmas Day. Terry Mills, this season, 13 consecutive three-pointers. How about that 50% three-point field goal percentage?
And you know who they call on to take the big shots for Detroit? Terry Mills. He's beaten a lot of teams with that three-point shot.
Kobe Bryant, Elvin Campbell, Eddie Jones, Shaquille O'Neal, and Van Exel. Jordan goes after Kobe Bryant. He kicks it back to Campbell. Here's Jones, and Scottie Pippen picks it up. Kukoc now guarding O'Neal. But it doesn't matter.
That was a switch.
Yeah.
I know that wasn't strategy.
No, I didn't think so.
Dennis Rodman will be on Shaq from this point out in this half.
Jordan got it. Van Exel, 150 to go first half. O'Neal has hit his last 6 shots. There's Rodman. Plays him straight up. O'Neal has now hit 7 in a row.
Yeah, and when he's shooting like that, they're going to have to double team a little quicker.
Lead is back to 18. Rodman, shot clock at 10. Jordan. Yep.
He's starting to feel it. The thing I was saying earlier is Michael Jordan is getting good shots. He wasn't making them. At some point, you know he's going to make them.
3 of his first 10. He's now got 17 points. Here's Van Exel. Kerr lost it. The tip won't fall from O'Neal. That's his first miss. Rodman gets it in the hands of Jordan. He and Kerr, a little mix-up in communication. Pippen for 3. No. Jordan for 2. 14-point lead.
Yeah, and you can see the pressure. The pressure is turning up. They didn't get a steal, but they got a quick shot on that last possession.
A 12-4 Chicago run. Traveling. A call with which Del Harris obviously is in disagreement.
No, he wasn't happy on that, but what Tony Kukoc did, he had body on him. He took the body away. Elton Campbell fell off balance, and that's how he traveled.
Kukoc strong to the basket. He's fouled and he'll shoot free throws. Coming up on the Nike halftime report, Kenny Smith is in the studio. He's joined Ernie Johnson and Cheryl Miller. They'll have scores and highlights from around the league, including a look at the Jazz stop in the Garden to face the New York Knicks. Kukoc shoots 2. Utah up by 5 at the half of that game in the Garden as the Knicks go for their 7th in a row tonight.
Well, I hope the fans are a little bit happier with Patrick Ewing in New York right now.
It's been brutal.
Oh, it's been awful. It's been awful.
O'Neal. Off O'Neal and out of bounds. Chicago gets another chance.
You know, this is an interesting half, Vern. The Lakers have had a great half. They shot the ball well. These last 4 minutes of this quarter can hurt them for the entire game because the Bulls will have the confidence in their press and the Lakers will not. They'll be thinking about this press the entire second half.
Del Harris doesn't want O'Neal to pick up a chief foul here.
Yeah, smart play.
So he's put Travis Knight on the floor. A 13-point lead at 69-56.
They're going to spread the floor for Michael. They've had a switch. Not a good matchup for the Lakers. Jerome Kersey guarding Michael Jordan right now.
Foul before the shot. No basket.
Now, this is just quickness. He had no chance. I'm surprised that the Lakers didn't give help a little bit earlier right here.
Jordan goes to the free throw line. He's got 15 points in the last 7 minutes after a very slow start. But that carves another point off the lead and gets it to 12.
You would think the Lakers would be happy with this big lead, but going into halftime, I'm going to tell you, the Bulls are thrilled to death to be within 11 if Michael makes his shot.
Loose ball foul.
Loose ball foul
Rodman.
for the Bulls. Dennis Rodman, his first penalty.
And he's going to give the official, Greg Willard, a little earful.
But he's doing it in a nice way.
Yes. With a smile.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can tell an official. Now, Dennis could have been saying some terrible words right there, but he looked like he was doing it in a nice way. The officials can handle that. They don't like when you have the arm gestures, throwing your hands around. That's when you get teed.
Corey Blunt, a former Chicago Bull, played 2 years here, gets the first free throw. Bushler comes in now for Rodman. Judd Bushler on the floor. And yet one more word for Greg Willard as he makes his way to the bench.
That wasn't as nice.
No. And Corey Blunt shoots one more free throw. Pippen chases it down. Final shot. Got it! Jerome Kersey with a baseline jumper. Jordan at the other end. No!
At the half, the Lakers.
Well, it was something. It lived up to the promise, did it not? We have reached halftime. And the Los Angeles Lakers explode for 72 points in the first half. Most points, obviously, Chicago's given up this year. And the Bulls at home trail by 15.
The Nike Halftime Report is brought to you by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth.
Well, after 24 minutes, Shaq has 23. Number 23 has 18. That'd be Michael Jordan. And the Lakers all over the Bulls. Do not adjust your set. 72-57 at the break. It's time for the Nike Halftime Report. Ernie Johnson and Cheryl Miller. And needing a point guard, we got one for the night. Free agent Kenny Smith. We're hearing, Kenny, a lot of talk out of Orlando that with the Penny Hardaway situation down there, his knee is bothering him, maybe 3 or 4 weeks without him. Your name's at the top of the list. What's going on with the Magic?
Well, I've had some talks with him, and just touch and go right now. So I'm just trying to stay in shape, be ready. So when I do get the call, I'm ready to go.
Could be an early Christmas present for
no
Kenny
doubt.
Smith. Only 2 teams sport better records than the Utah Jazz. Houston and Chicago. Now, if you're going to list the teams that have played more road games than Utah, that'd be everybody else in the NBA. The Jazz have only played 6 games away from home and posting an 18-3 record, but they play 14 of the next 18 on the road, starting a 5-game trip in New York tonight at the Garden. Check it out. Chris Childs. Nice vision to Patrick Ewing all over tag. And then it's Childs again with a look to Charles Oakley. Somebody pick him up. Part of a 10-0 New York run. They're on top 22-18. Then the mailman takes over in the second quarter. Scored 12 of his 14 first-half points in the second. In traffic, getting the roll. And then it's the mailman with the baseline jumper. Might bring rain with that teardrop. Late in the second, 14 points in the first half for Karl Malone. Utah had a 5-point lead at the break, 45-40. Right now, third period. All knotted up at 51 apiece at the Garden. Indiana Pacers, Miami Heat at Miami Arena tonight. Miami's won 13 of their last 14. Tim Hardaway a main reason, but here in the first quarter, Tim not looking very well, and got a back spasm there, and down he goes on the floor at Miami Arena. Lower back strain. They take him off. He would not return. Indiana responds with a 15-2 run. Antonio Davis with a big-time stick, and then the veteran Eddie Johnson, the leaning baseline jumper. A 31-18 lead over Pat Riley's troops at that point. Right now in the third quarter, Miami whittling some of that lead away. It's a 10-point game, 59-49. The Pacers on top of the Heat, who have won 4 in a row. Let's backtrack and talk about the New York Knicks and the Utah Jazz. Here's Utah getting some tests on the road, but from New York, 6-game winning streak. But only Miami in that bunch is really impressive, that victory.
That's very true.
What do you make of this game, Sharon?
Well, assistant coach Don Chaney said this team obviously coming into this game has a lot of confidence because of that 6-game win streak. But he said in tonight's game it's very, very important for them to, first of all, you got to contain Karl Malone. And secondly, they have to do a better job on Stockton and Hornacek. But, you know, very difficult to try to contain a team that's been red hot, Kenny, on the at home. How tough is this Utah Jazz team?
Well, Utah is extremely tough. I think they're really a believable team. I think a lot of people, sometimes they don't get the recognition being out there in Utah. They don't get the press. But playing against Utah, every possession counts. And a lot of teams aren't used to playing that way during the NBA. You see the guys just shooting 35, 36 shots and just going up and down.
Isn't that your style?
That's my style. But against Utah, everyone counts. And you have, it's almost like playing in college again, where every possession is very important.
We'll keep you up to speed on that game, tied up at 51 in the third quarter. When the Nike Halftime Report continues, So do the highlights. Losers of 7 straight, the Sixers look for the answer. And he's back in uniform. That story coming up next. And we welcome you back to the Nike Halftime Report with the LA Lakers on top of the Bulls 72-57. Shaquille leading the way tonight with 23 points. And the highlights continue. How about Allen Iverson? Missed a couple of games with that bad shoulder, back in there for the Sixers and hasn't lost the eye. Inside, in stride to Jerry Stackhouse for a couple. Big first half for Derek Coleman. Hey, Vlade, see the equipment, man? You lost something back there in the paint, pal. Derek going for 19 in the first half. Of course, Charlotte's got Muggsy Bogues. Wind him up, watch him go. And Johnny Davis was watching Del Curry go for the other side, too. Leave him open for that three. He will hurt you. And he did right there. Charlotte was down 1 at the break, 49-48, right now in the third quarter. Still a good one going. A deuce separating the Hornets and the Sixers at Coors State's center. Toronto Raptors, New Jersey Nets playing tonight, and this one's at Continental Airlines Arena, 73-57. New Jersey scored 38 points in the first half. Damon Stoudemire scoreless in the first half for the Raptors. Still, they lead 73-57 in the third. And the Dallas Mavericks playing without Derek Harper tonight because his wife Sheila is in labor and Derek's at the hospital with her as they await the birth of their 4th child. Atlanta with a 27-19 lead, second period at Reunion. Let's talk Allen Iverson here for just a second. What are you, you've seen the kid. What do you think of the kid?
He's very quick. That's an understatement. I think he has a lot of ability, and he's really helping. I think he's helping the team this year. They've gotten probably more wins so far than they had last year. But the biggest thing is now he's not really sure when to shoot, when to pass, and how much to shoot.
Yeah, because a lot of guys getting on him about shooting too much. Does that affect you up here?
Oh yeah, being a point guard, because you want to be in control of the team, and you want to have the guys believing in you. And if they believe that you're shooting too much, I think that sometimes it gets in the back of your head, and then sometimes you might overpass. But I think if he stopped taking maybe the pull-up three in transition, then the guys will fall back a little bit, and they'll get the ball in the offensive more. Then he can do his thing other than that.
You know, Kenny, I think the toughest position to make that transition from college to the pros would have to be the point guard position. You know, Allen doesn't have the luxury of a veteran player on the bench outside of Mo Cheeks, who's on the coaching staff. Does that help or hinder his growth?
Oh, that hurts. You know, coming into the league, you always want to have a veteran guy who's done it before. Even though, like, Mo Cheeks is there, he's a great player, but he can't get on the floor and say, you see what I mean? This, when I do this, this what happens. Right. And so when you don't have that guy who's a good player and a veteran, it does take away from your game, I think.
Kenny Smith, thanks for being with us tonight. Good luck in your next stop.
Yeah, where are you going?
It'll be good to see you. It'll be good to see you.
Hopefully it'll be quick. It'll be quick.
We're going to be back to put the wraps on the Nike Halftime Report in just a second. You're watching the Lakers and the Bulls, and Chicago usually gives up about 89 a night. Lakers ring them up for 72 in the first 24.
Welcome back to a Tuesday night edition of the NBA on TNT from Chicago.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a homecoming for Doc Rivers. Doc coming back to his hometown. And we've watched the Los Angeles Lakers lead the Chicago Bulls by 15 at the half. A chance for Doc Rivers to let you know what's on his mind. And what do we call this segment? Well, what do you expect?
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
Vern, what's up is that in the NBA's 50 years, lots of things have changed, except for one, and that's the pick and roll. It was and still is the favorite play in the NBA. You know it's coming. You know it'll be there, but you can't stop it. Like Havlicek and Russell, Stockton and Malone, some things have changed, and some things have stayed the same.
Finished? Great speech and all, Doc. You had him riveted.
Yeah, we're riveted right here.
Yeah, I tell you. I tell you. And the Bulls might need that pick and roll in this half to get back in this game.
They might need Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, and a lot of other guys.
Let's check in with Greg Sager.
A dominating first half by the Lakers with 72 points. particularly dominated by Shaquille O'Neal, who touched the ball 24 times. He was double-teamed 8, triple-teamed 3. Still, he made 15 baskets, had 23 points, and no turnovers. I talked to the Bulls coaching staff. They said Shaq is going to continue to get his points, particularly against their people. What concerns them most is Van Exel and Campbell. They want to pressure Van Exel, get the ball out of his hands, and they want to keep Eldon Campbell off the board. So, Doc, look for that press to continue here in the second half.
All right, Greg, and how did that defense by committee on Shaquille O'Neal do? Wennington 9 minutes, allowed 8 points. Parrish 4 minutes, 9 points. Simpkins and Rodman. And what would you expect now tactically from Chicago in the second half?
Well, obviously the press. They didn't press much in the first half, and when they did, they were very successful. As a matter of fact, I think that was the only thing that they were very successful in the first half was their press. Secondly, on Shaq, they really aren't concerned about Shaq. They expected him to have a big game. They're surprised at Nick Van Exel, and probably even more surprised that Eldon Campbell's having a great game, and he's having it on Dennis Rodman.
Is it possible for Los Angeles to shoot 65% again in the second half?
No. They're not going to shoot that well. That happens every once in a while, once every 20 years, and they might do it, but I'd say no, they're not going to shoot that well. Can they win this game? Obviously. They're winning by 15 points.
And as you saw, they played an almost error-free first half with only 4 turnovers. And this is a Chicago team that forces a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, they forced a lot of turnovers, but one, Chicago didn't shoot that well in the first half, and 2, the Lakers made every shot. They didn't get a chance to press as much as they wanted to, so they couldn't cause a lot of turnovers.
Now let's check the starting 5. Ron Harper is on the floor. He went to the bench early and seemed to be in pain, but he's got the ball in his hands now. It's picked up by Nick Van Exel.
And they need Ron Harper. They need him to play well and play healthy. He is so key to this team in so many ways.
Michael Jordan, Wennington with the rebound, and he's fouled by Jerome Kersey. Now, you looked at Ron Harper during the layup drill right at the beginning of the second half and asked if he was healthy. What did you say?
He said yes, but it wasn't one of those yes that you believe him. It didn't look like he's feeling that well. He's so important to this team. You remember last year when Ron Harper went out in the Seattle series in the finals, the Bulls lost 2 games. He does the little work. He does the dirty work. He's the key role player on this team, and without him, you lose size, you lose experience, you lose defense.
Wennington gets 1 of 2, and the lead is 14. Largest lead of the game was 22 points. The Bulls got it down to 12 in the last 30 seconds, but then an important 30 seconds for the Lakers as they got a couple of baskets in the last 30 seconds of that first half. O'Neal guarded by Wennington. The double team comes from Jordan. He can't miss.
Can't miss even on a double team. You know, double teams don't bother Shaq that much. He's still bigger than everyone. He can still see the basket.
11 of 16 for the field for Shaquille O'Neal. And back to a 16-point margin. Jordan, Jones over the back.
Los Angeles, the personal foul, Eddie Jones.
I mean, look at Shaq right here. He sees the double team there, but he knows if he can turn, he can see the bucket, and it really doesn't matter if a guy's there.
Jones guards Jordan. Pippen from the corner off the feed, no. Rebound, O'Neal.
Again, great shot for Chicago, exactly what they wanted.
Dick Van Exel, a rare miss tonight for him. Scottie Pippen with the rebound. Got Jordan left wing, uses the pick and roll with Rodman, and gets it in the hands of Ron Harper. Nice pass from Rodman to Jordan.
That was Shaq.
Yep.
Shaq calls that shot. You don't see that in the stats, but Shaq causes Michael Jordan to miss that shot and miss it badly.
O'Neal guarded by Wennington again. Pippen, a late double team when he put him on the floor, and O'Neal with a turnover.
Watch Michael Jordan here. He gets in the paint. On most guys, he elevates. He sees Shaq, and not only Shaq, but Eldon Campbell was there also. 2 big guys, 2 great shot blockers.
Now Ron Harper, guarded by Van Exel. Jordan in the post, kicks it out to Wennington. They find Ron Harper for 3 from the corner. Got it.
Loves shooting the three from the corners. That's where you want to find Ron Harper. He really shoots that shot very well.
4 of 12 three-point shots tonight now for Chicago. We're under 10 minutes to go, third quarter, 74-61. Pippen with a double team. So they are doubling more here in the second half.
Yeah, they are. And I tell you what else they're doing. They're pressing the ball. It takes them a longer time to get into Shaq. And when you take that much time to get the ball into Shaq, there's less time for him to pass it around. If you double team after a press, there's no time to move the ball around. And that's why Chicago's going to get in the game with that press.
This thing started to turn in the last couple of minutes of the half. The lead is now down to 10. Let's take a look back. The 1991 NBA Finals should feature two of the game's greatest stars, Michael and Magic. Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson one-on-one throughout the 5-game series. The Lakers took game 1 in Chicago, but then Michael Jordan took charge. He led the Bulls to 4 straight wins, and after years of frustration, they got their first NBA title. Michael Jordan was named the series MVP. He went on to lead the Bulls to 4 titles in the 90s, but none as special, I don't think, as the first one. Mike Dunleavy, the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, it's interesting when you look at the different guys playing on the court then. I love watching those old films. I keep looking for me, but no finals for me.
Yes, but you had your moments. 9:20, the lead is 10. Here's Kersey. Off the iron, Shaquille O'Neal and Rodman battle for it, and Jordan picks it up. And a chance to get the lead into single digits now. Rodman with the screen. Wennington, Campbell comes out to pick him up. Michael Jordan guarded by Eddie Jones. Scottie Pippen is guarded by Kersey. Low post to Ron Harper. 3-second violation.
Michael is not happy with Ron Harper right now. He felt Ron should have shot. I'm surprised they haven't gone to Ron more. He has a nice matchup down on the post over Van Exel. Van Exel has him in quickness. Ron Harper has him down in the post.
That's only the second Chicago turnover in the last 20 minutes. This has been a really well-played game. Van Exel in and out, but he'll shoot free throws.
See, Van Exel is exploiting his advantage, and I'm surprised the Bulls aren't exploiting theirs more. Van Exel uses quickness. He's just going around guys. He knows he has a quickness advantage on Ron Harper. Ron Harper has a size advantage, and I won't be surprised if they don't exploit that a little bit in the second half.
Last foul was on Bill Wennington, his third. Well, coming up tomorrow night, the Knicks and the Pistons. On Friday night on TNT, the Jazz and the Magic. And then December 26th. Going to take a Tuesday night off next Christmas Eve. And don't forget the Lakers and Bulls will both take part in the primetime Christmas doubleheader on NBC. The Lakers take on Phoenix, and the Bulls will be in Detroit on Christmas Day. Michael Jordan. Eddie Jones goes after the ball. Jordan goes to the basket. Too strong.
Again, that was Shaq, and he was just standing there. Jordan dunks that most of the time.
Jones, quickness. Wow. What a burst to the basket.
Boy, and that's what you do. Jordan goes to the bucket. You get the guy the ball who he was guarding and let him run.
Here's Ron Harper. Finds Wennington for the jumper. Nope. Harper battling for the loose ball and gets it. Kicks it over to Wennington. He'll try another one. This one won't go either. And Kersey comes out for Los Angeles. Alley-oop, deadly.
Yeah, that's just Eddie Jones being an athlete right there. That's a great shot. Eddie Jones is so athletic. He does so many things, and he should be on the All-Star team this year. You know, no one talks about him because you have Shaq on that team.
Pippen, and he's got a chance for a three-point play.
You can feel this game picking up right now. The Lakers have been playing well all night. Now you can see the Bulls are playing well, but to the Lakers' credit, they're responding.
Pippen fouled and goes to the free throw line, and it is a three-point play. The lead back to 13, 7.5 to go. As O'Neal picked up his third foul. At the other end, Eddie Jones again.
And you know what they're doing? They're anticipating the trap, and they're throwing over top. Eddie Jones is flying. I know you're thinking, where's Michael Jordan? Well, Michael Jordan was getting ready to trap, and they threw it over everyone's head. They threw it long. The best way to beat a trap is you attack it, and that's what the Lakers are doing.
That foul on Wennington, his fourth. Jordan and Jackson talking. And a three-point play for Los Angeles. Jones has hit his last 7 shots. And for the night, the Lakers still at 64% from the field. Pippen rejected, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Chicago's to inbound. Backcourt points tonight. 40 for Los Angeles, 25 for Chicago.
And that 25 is Michael Jordan's.
Right.
But basically, he scored most of them.
Jordan calls for it, gets it, takes the quick jumper. Foul by Van Exel.
Los Angeles, personal foul.
And the Bulls are making a concerted effort in this second half to get the ball to Michael Jordan down on the post. I mean, you see him here working for the ball, and that's exactly the matchup he wants. Van Exel down. He was hit on the arm.
Gets the first free throw. You remember your best night against Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's a great story. You played a back-to-back games, and I had a game against Michael, and I think I held him to like 16 or 14 points. I'm not for sure. But we played him the next night, and on their way out of the arena, he saw me sitting in the locker room, and he stopped, he walked in and said, Mike, Doc, great job on me tonight. See you tomorrow night.
How did you do tonight, too?
He had a big game. He had a big game. Dominique thought it was the funniest.
Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, and O'Neal gets 2 more.
This is the best I've ever seen Shaquille O'Neal shoot the ball on the pivot.
He's 12 of 17 tonight. Jordan uses every move he can, including a travel.
Wow. That's Michael Jordan they called travel on.
There's a headline.
That is a headline, and he did travel. Great fake, got bumped. And you can see, yes, definite travel. If you're going to call it, you got to call it on everybody.
Oh, sure. 6.5 to go third quarter. That one's out of bounds, and a foul is called.
The Bulls, personal foul, Scottie Pippen, and second. The team's third.
Foul on Pippen, his second. 6:25 to go third quarter, 85-68.
And you just keep waiting for the run. Every time the Bulls have made a run, the Lakers have responded. It's nice to respond when you got a Shaq on your team.
O'Neal had hit 8 of his last 9. He misses that one. Pippen looks for Jordan, settles for Ron Harper. Wennington gets it back to Ron Harper. Bad pass. Van Exel anticipated. Here's Kersey at the other end.
Tell you what, every time they turn the ball over, the Lakers are taking advantage of it with the long outlet pass.
Los Angeles playing superbly tonight. And their lead is 19, 5:51 to go in the third quarter. .448th consecutive sellout in Chicago for the Bulls. And this is a stunned crowd right now as the Los Angeles Lakers have had their way with Chicago tonight. Michael Jordan will rest. Eddie Jones has played very well thus far.
Yeah, he really has. He's played great defense on Michael, though Michael has gotten the shots he's wanted. But what Eddie Jones is doing, he's getting points himself, which makes Michael work harder, which will make it a lot tougher for the Bulls to come back because Michael won't have as much energy. Though I must say, playing against Michael, I've never seen him tired. I've never seen he has more energy, and I think that's what makes him so great is his energy.
Well, he's leading the league in scoring at the age of 33. No one has ever done that before.
Which tells you a lot
right.
about the man's drive, his energy.
Well, and his will to win is probably unequal at this point.
Yeah, it is, and he imposes it on this team. And I can guarantee you at halftime and in these last couple of timeouts, he's imposing a little bit more of that will in a verbal way.
Randy Brown is on the floor now for Ron Harper. Here's Pippen. That one falls. 5:30 to go, third quarter. A 17-point margin. Pippen with 23 points. Randy Brown picks up Van Exel. Tony Kukoc has Eldon Campbell. Percy finds Campbell. And a foul is called.
The Bulls personal foul. Tony Kukoc is first. The team's
Time to take a look at tonight's GMC scoreboard. And don't forget to catch all the scores and highlights each night on CNN Sports Tonight. Campbell gets the first. Jordan, Brown, Pippen, Rodman, and Kukoc for the Chicago Bulls. Campbell with both free throws, and he's joined by Kersey, Eddie Jones, O'Neal, and Nick Van Exel. 19-point margin, 89-70. At one point in this quarter, Chicago had gotten within 10 points. There's Randy Brown with a drive to the basket.
The Bulls have that small unit out there, and this is to cause turnovers and run. They need to get points off their break if they're not going to get points in the paint.
Randy Brown from Kukoc. Now the pressure applied by Brown and Pippen.
And once again, you can see they're throwing the ball over top and attacking. Eddie Jones keeps slipping behind the defense. Randy Brown using his quickness there. Tell you what, that's what he can do. He can really put pressure on defenses with his quickness on both ends.
Eddie Jones will inbound now, finds Eldon Campbell, and they get it to the hands of Nick Van Exel. 4.5 to go, third quarter. Van Exel, Kersey. Kukoc into the hands of Rodman, who has been a quiet presence tonight.
You know, Vern, I was thinking the same thing in the first quarter. He had that intensity. Since then, we haven't seen much of Dennis Rodman as far as his play.
9 rebounds for Rodman so far in the ballgame. He had 23 the other night against Charlotte. Jordan for 2.
And here come the Bulls again with another run.
Now let's see if Los Angeles responds.
And they have.
They have every time. Eddie Jones, Jordan has it. O'Neal, now Rodman, it's his turn to guard it. The double comes from Randy Brown. Van Exel, scoop shot, Rodman rebound. He's in double digits there. Pippen, Bulls are running. Randy Brown, jumper. Kukoc rather, couldn't get the rebound to go.
Yeah, Randy Brown never had that ball in his hands when he took that jumper.
Van Exel, yes!
That's the answer. That's how you answer.
Watch
all
the drive.
the way, coast to coast. And a three-point opportunity. That's how you answer against the Bulls. You attack the Lakers. Young team, they are playing mature basketball. They're attacking the press. Everyone else accepts the trap and tries to deal with it instead of trying to beat it.
Kersey and Campbell will sit. Corey Blunt is back on the floor. And so is Byron Scott. Van Exel with a chance for a three-point play.
And Dell's gone small to match the Bulls' quickness. You know, he has a lead. He can play games right now.
Rodman gets the rebound. That's 11 for Dennis.
This lead for the Lakers also, Bern, is really nice for them to have. They are a young team, and they don't have to feel the pressure right now. They're up.
Kukoc with a quick three-point shot. And off the mark from the get-go. Randy Brown with a steal. Byron Scott's back to defend.
Oh, wow.
Byron Scott with a foul before the pass.
Smart foul.
Absolutely.
Smart foul. I'm really surprised they called it. Usually you don't get that call. It's great defense by Randy Brown, first of all, and that's why he's in the game, is to make things happen. I'm surprised they called that. He had actually gotten rid of the ball before he was fouled.
So Brown goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. One more. .point margin, 3:07 to go, third quarter.
And here comes that press again, and we should take a look at what Eddie Jones does. Now he catches it early here.
Stays in the backcourt to give Scott some help. There's the trap from Michael Jordan. Eddie Jones loose. Van Exel.
Wow.
Hit last by the Chicago Bulls.
Tell you what, Van Exel got away with a carry and a double on the same play. They also got away with a 10-second violation there,
I thought so, too.
But this is what the press does. There's only 10 seconds now.
Brown goes for the steal. Van Exel goes for 3.
Yes, bad gamble. Bad gamble, and you should have saw the look that Michael gave Randy Brown. He's thinking, hey, we got him down to 10 seconds. We don't need to gamble anymore.
94-78. Pippen. Byron Scott on Scottie Pippen. O'Neal's there again. At the other end, Kukoc into the hands of Pippen. Michael Jordan for 3.
Again, the Bulls are getting good shots. On the other end, though, I tell you what, Vern, Shaq has changed so many shots this game. It's a shame. There should be a category, change shots, and it should be counted.
Jones, Kukoc flies at him. Chicago has it, and they're running. Jordan. Short foul on Pippen. Every time Los Angeles has had the answer tonight.
Yeah, they really have, and they've made big shots. They've hit three-pointers. That was a huge three-pointer by Nick Van Exel. He had another great three-point play right before that, or you go down to Shaq. It's a lot easier when you got a cushion the way they have a cushion right now.
Byron Scott will go to the free throw line with 1:49 to go, third quarter. Steve Kerr getting ready to come in for Chicago. Derek Fisher for Del Harris and the Lakers.
Derek Fisher returns to the lineup for Los Angeles. Steve Kerr
for Michael Jordan. Tomorrow night on TBS, the Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. On Friday night, the Jazz and the Magic. And Orlando goes to Miami on TBS on December 26th.
Good game there, Knicks Pistons.
1 of 2 at the free throw line for Byron Scott. Jordan rests is 10 of 26 from the field tonight. 95-78 with 1:40 to go. Here's Randy Brown, in and out. That was in the rim. No, beg pardon, there was a foul called. And Scottie Pippen is going to go to the free throw line.
The Lakers, personal foul, Corey Blunt is first.
Corey Blunt called for the foul.
Scottie Pippen shoots a penalty.
Yeah, the Bulls have to be concerned a little bit about the way this flow of this game has gone. Every time they make a run, someone scores. They're turning the ball over more than they usually do in key situations. That's un-Bull-like.
Oh, gosh, Byron Scott went down hard. Really hard. He's up and limping across the timeline. And Pippen picks up the foul.
Good call by Dick Bavetta. I don't think Scottie Pippen was there.
First of all, let's watch Scott hit the floor here. Frightening.
Wow, that is. That's a body blow. You don't see that type of ball very often.
Eddie Jones misses the first of two. .125 to go, third quarter, 96-79. Lakers 14 of 20 at the free throw line tonight.
And they'll take that. That's not a bad percentage for them.
You know, they're the worst free throw shooting team in the league now, in large part because O'Neal shoots 1/3 of their free throws.
Yeah, and it'll continue. But you know what? You look at the wins and the losses, and they have a lot of wins.
18 so far and leading in this one. Pippen. Yep.
Scottie Pippen is trying to bring the Bulls back right now himself. He knows Michael's not shooting well, so he's trying to take the game over. That's why you like to have two stars on the team.
Pippen with 26 points, Derek Fisher, and a blocking foul called on Pippen.
And again, it was a good call. Scottie Pippen was not there. I tell you what, for referees, this is the toughest call in the game to make. You can see him moving in the way.
5 fouls on Scottie Pippen. Fisher at the free throw line.
As a player, the worst thing in the world is for a superstar to get 5 fouls. You hate it. You know they don't get favorite calls. You know, everyone gets the same calls. But you feel like that these guys can get away with whatever they want from
Did I just hear you say there are no favorite calls?
Well, there are some. I was trying to be nice. There are some. Maybe Scottie might be one of the guys, and definitely.
I thought that was the area you were venturing into.
Definitely the guy we're looking at.
Yeah.
But does he deserve it? Yes, because he gets hit and hacked the entire game, and they can't call all of those also. You know, if you called every time that Michael Jordan was fouled or every time Shaq was fouled, the game couldn't be played.
Right. 98-81, Pippen with 5 fouls. Bush were on for the final 45. Here's Kukoc, gets Knight, drives, puts it up and in. And the Bulls go to the trap again. Kobe Bryant almost threw it away.
He's lucky he's gifted.
Yes.
Most guys couldn't have the hang time to stay up that long.
The body control was extraordinary.
Yeah.
Fisher. Picked up by Randy Brown. 4 on the shot clock. Throws up a prayer. Oh, my gosh.
And he bailed him out. He bailed him out, and he still made the shot.
Oh, man.
It's been this type of night for the Lakers. They've played well, but they've also been fortunate with shots like that. Nick Van Exel made one right before the end of the first quarter. They've made some big shots.
3-point play for Derek Fisher, the #1 draft pick from Arkansas Little Rock. 101-83.
Yeah, 101 against the Chicago Bulls in 3 quarters.
In Chicago, Bryant blocks Steve Kerr. Scott at the buzzer, in and out. But Eddie Jones and the Los Angeles Lakers have withheld the charge of the defending NBA champions. The Bulls got to within 10. They trailed by 18. One week before Christmas, we come to you on Tuesday night from the city of Chicago, where this sellout crowd is still shaking their heads over the performance of the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers handing it to Chicago, a team that is 9-1 at home. The Lakers earlier this season defeated Houston, their only loss at home this season. Atlanta also with an 8-1 mark, but this has been an extraordinary 3 quarters for the Lakers.
It really hasn't. If you take away Michael Jordan's shooting, he's not shooting the ball well. The Bulls have 83 points in the third quarter. They're not exactly playing awful. They would take, if you told them going into this game that they were going to have 83 points going into the third quarter and they'd be down by 18, they would have thought you were crazy. But they are, and that's due to the Lakers' play. 61% from the field. We keep saying it can't keep going on, and it keeps going on.
Started at 65, it was 64 at the half, now it's 61. And in a season in which the scoring is down throughout the league, only 4 teams averaging over 100 points per game. Here are the Lakers, and they're not one of them, with 101 at the end of 3 quarters of play in Chicago.
Yeah, but one of them is on the court, and that's Chicago, and that's why you still have to watch out for them.
Robert Parrish comes on now with Kukoc, Kerr, Michael Jordan, and Jason Caffey on the floor for the first time. Pippen with 5 fouls.
Yeah, and a good point earlier, we talked about Elton Campbell shooting over Dennis Rodman. He loves being the taller guy. Well, he's not the taller guy with Robert Parrish.
Campbell picks up Parrish. Kukoc. Oh, what a defensive play by Kobe Bryant. Kukoc didn't expect that at all from the 18-year-old.
No. He thought his experience, he forgot that the guy he was shooting on has great athletic ability.
Michael Jordan's at the line.
You know, that's just long arms and athletic ability. And Kukoc is thinking, I don't know this guy.
Didn't read about him in Split, Croatia. Michael Jordan fouled. He goes to the free throw line. Interesting, Del Harris talking about Kobe Bryant. Michael gets them both. That in practice, he has in practice with the first team as much as possible. And one of the officials just hit the deck in front of us. He's back up. Here's Scott. No. Blunt with the rebound. Campbell. He's fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's interesting that he has him practicing with the first unit. He says in high school, he was always the best guy on his team. He wants for him to get used to playing with great players, and that's why he put him in with the starters in practice, so he can play with Shaq and Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel.
And you see the conversation continuing with 35-year-old Byron Scott.
And you know what Byron is telling him? Kobe, we've never played this well here. I don't know what's going on.
Few teams have.
Yes. He's telling him to enjoy this.
Kobe, it's not always like this.
You know, I bet he's thinking, man, they're saying it's tough to play in this building. This is not that tough.
Well, last Christmas I was playing at Lower Merion High School outside of Philadelphia. Tonight we're beating Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
What's next?
Tomorrow night we go to Milwaukee. I like this thing. 102-85. Caffey. Blunt doing a good job defensively. Caffey gets it into the hands of Michael Jordan. Short. 10 of 27 for Jordan shooting now.
And the thing that amazes me about Jordan, he's getting good shots. He's just not making them. And you know what? He's human.
Eldon Campbell for 2 more. And it's back to a 19-point lead. Michael Jordan is 1 of 7 in this half. Parrish comes out to meet the ball, guarded by Campbell. Here's Michael Jordan with Kersey on him. That one won't go. All of a sudden, Chicago can't find a hole.
No, they can't. And they're really trying to force the issue. Michael's trying to force the issue. They haven't been in this position very often at home either. Maybe never.
20-3 coming in. They lost on the road to Utah to end a 12-game season starting winning streak, and then lost here to Miami 10 days ago. They went to Toronto the next day and lost in Toronto. The Lakers, in the meantime, going after their 6th win in a row and trying to improve their record to 19-7. Kukoc. That one looked unusual.
That did. Byron Scott, being the smart veteran that he is, uses that elbow to push him away from the basket and made it look ugly. Nick Van Exel didn't even want to look at it.
No.
Shoot 2.
Kukoc shoots 2. Dickie Simpkins is going to come back on the floor now for Chicago. Pippen continues to sit with 5 fouls and a look of disgust. Ron Harper remains on the bench. So Parrish is out, and the 5 on the floor now: Kukoc, Simpkins, Caffey, Randy Brown, and Michael Jordan.
And down by this much, it'll be interesting to see when Phil Jackson goes back with Pippen. He can't wait much longer.
Now Byron Scott, stolen by Tony Kukoc. O'Neal's going to come back on the floor, and so is Eddie Jones for Del Harris.
Yeah, Del Harris has seen this team before.
Another steal by Randy Brown. No basket, loose ball foul before the basket. So Randy Brown victimized twice, the second time in this half.
Yeah, both times I don't make the call. Well, maybe on that one you make the call, but still, if you see a guy with the bucket, give him the bucket. Let him score the bucket.
You know, there's a thing in soccer called the advantage rule.
Yeah, he had the advantage.
104-89. Simpkins, O'Neal lets him stay outside. Michael Jordan, Eddie Jones. Jordan wants it. Kukoc is fouled by Jerome Kersey.
Lakers, the personal foul, Jerome Kersey, is fourth. The team's fourth.
Fourth foul on Kersey.
Tell you what, Jordan wants it, but not like he usually wants it right now. You know, he even waved the ball to the other side. He knows when he's struggling a little. He wants it in the right spot. Del Harris better think about getting a timeout really soon here.
Kukoc for three. Randy Brown, the quick hands, knock this one out of bounds. It will be LA's, but he's been a force here. The lead is 12 with 8:54 to go. Brown and Van Exel. Eddie Jones, three-pointer.
Oh, man! Boy,
every time.
Great shot. Great penetration by Nick Van Exel. Another big shot. Another huge shot.
Michael Jordan back. And a rebound in the hands of Eldon Campbell.
And Michael's not even close now. This is an amazing thing to watch. He had the same problem in Toronto where I think he scored 1 point in the second half.
No points.
No points in the second half.
13 points in the game. 1 of 9 in this half for Jordan. 10 of 29 in the ball game. Van Exel for three.
I tell you what, that was the nail.
Yeah, it would have been. 8 minutes to go. Jordan underneath. Rejected by Kersey, but Kukoc chases it down. Randy Brown. Turnover. Van Exel. Eddie Jones. Clean swipe of the ball underneath. Here comes Chicago. Long-range bomb. Kukoc drives it. No goaltending call. Michael Jordan, it's knocked out of bounds.
And no goaltending call is exactly right. I thought that was pretty close.
We have a timeout on the floor.
Take another look at it, Doc.
Yeah, you can watch Tony Kukoc go up here. The rule is the ball going down. Boy, that's close to call. So you can go either way with it. Good no call by the ref.
Welcome back to Chicago, where in the spirit of the season, we did our holiday shopping. First of all, for Dennis Rodman, some Pampers for the NBA refs he said needed them, also for Madonna's baby. For Shaquille O'Neal, 7 steps to success at the free throw line. For Brian Hill, who's trying to win without Shaq. If you have one wish, make it big. For Pat Riley, who tried to lure Juwan Howard, where in the U.S. is Juwan Howard? The mystery geographical game. How about this one for Isaiah Ryder, the tick-tock answer clock, so he knows when to arrive and when to leave practice. For Penny Hardaway, somebody keep an eye on Lil Penny. Who better than Sporty Craig? And for Luke Longley, who separated his shoulder body surfing, the Barbie, so much to do surf set. And for John Stockton and Karl Malone, time or Teddy. So time won't run out on their bid for an NBA title. And by the way, for all those poor souls who had to guard Michael Jordan, Michael's secret stuff. Doc, you could have used this a couple of years ago.
Oh, Craig. Very nice.
I hope it was glue.
Randy Brown. Kukoc for three. Yes!
It's a 12-point game, Vern. This game is not over.
12 to go, 7:12 to go. Van Exel, O'Neal. Rodman will pick him up defensively now. Pippen is back on the floor with 5 fouls. Loose ball, knocked out of bounds. Chicago ball. They trailed by as many as 22 in the first half. They got it to within 10 midway through the third quarter, but LA has provided the answer every time.
And they not only have the answer with their offensive points, they've had big stops. This is another big stop that they need.
Jordan back to Kukoc. Over Campbell. Got it! Single digits.
Single digits.
For the first time since early in the ball game.
EJ back at you from Atlanta. A little child's play gave the Knicks their 7th straight win tonight. Game tied at 94 with Utah at the Garden, under a minute to go. And Chris Childs knocking down a three-pointer, put him up 97-94, and the Knicks hang on to win this one 99-94. Their 7th straight win. Ewing 25-12. Childs, his high as a Knick, 24. Back to Chicago, guys.
Okay, EJ, well, Utah now falls to 18-4, their 4th defeat. And the Knicks, having been spanked at home by Miami by 24 2 weeks ago, learned something that night.
Yeah, they have. They learned that they have to play with fire, and they're doing it right now. They're winning some big games, and the crowd in New York, we hope, sounds like this.
Tony Kukoc, 13 points in the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And now this young Laker team, which has led throughout, faces a challenge.
Yeah, they really do. And you know they're thinking right now, we've done everything right, and they're still there. They're still making a run. The Bulls won't go away, and this is going to be an interesting time for this young Laker team right now. Shaq, Van Exel, Eddie Jones will have to be the guys who answer the call.
Pippen comes to double on Shaquille O'Neal. Now retreats. And O'Neal played. Pippen again comes with the double team. Eddie Jones, wow, what a drive.
Boy, I tell you what, that is a great drive. And when the team's making a run at you, the best way to go back at them is be aggressive.
21 points for Jones in the night. The Lakers hit 62% for the first 3 quarters. Here's Kukoc out to Pippen. That's for 2. In and out. They are 3 of 8 in the 4th quarter. So things have slowed down for them offensively. 5:50 remaining in regulation. O'Neal out to Kersey. Rodman with the rebound.
And see, the Lakers don't have to be concerned with their offense now. If they play great defense the rest of this game, they still can win. The Bulls have to do both.
Kukoc, jump stop in the lane, no. Here comes Van Exel, the Lakers will run. Kersey right wing. Van Exel all the way up and in.
I tell you what I found more interesting is Michael Jordan right now is not even looking for his shots. He wants Scottie Pippen, he wants Tony Kukoc to take this game over.
Dale Harris trying to calm Van Exel down. I'm not sure what that's all about, but Van Exel glaring in the vicinity of Chicago. Eddie Jones with that brilliant drive. Lakers 62% from the field through 3 quarters. They've fallen off, but not by much, 58%. Look at the points in the paint edge, Doc.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about before the game. Now, Phil Jackson said, we understand we're going to lose the points in the paint. They thought they would make it up with their other guys, and Michael Jordan shooting 10 for 29 tonight. That's where they've lost some of those points.
Michael Jordan for the season, 49% from the field, and right at 33 1/3% tonight, just above that. Well, those numbers held up tonight, 58%. And 111 points already put up by the LA Lakers. Their regular season high was 112. They did score 126 in Houston, but that was the game that went to double overtime.
Yeah, double overtime game. You know, you shoot 50% on the Bulls, you win. You shouldn't win. They're holding teams at 39%. This year, and if you shoot 50%, you shouldn't win. They're not only shooting well, they're defending well down the stretch here. They've had some big stops, and they're making big shots.
Randy Brown and Pippen joined Kukoc, Rodman, and Michael Jordan. Jordan is fouled by Eddie Jones.
And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get him on the free throw line, and you don't want to get Michael Jordan on the free throw line right now either. Hey, he's struggling from the field. Make him shoot shots.
Lakers personal foul, Eddie Jones. His third.
Lakers with 3 full timeouts. Chicago with 2. They both have a 20, and Chicago has 3 fouls to give.
And it's 5:12 left in this game. You're thinking Michael Jordan has struggled. The worst thing to do is to get a guy struggling, put him on the free throw line, let him get his confidence going, and then he makes more shots. This game is not over. The Bulls won't go away.
Especially if he's got a cologne named after him. He can make this thing smell pretty. 5:04 to go in regulation. Campbell to Van Exel. Kersey. Nope. Rebound, Scottie Pippen. Stripped away. Rodman dives for it. O'Neal gets it.
Great play by Jerome Kersey. Big turnover.
Randy Brown picks up Van Exel. Van Exel. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's playing big tonight. He's playing big.
10 of 15 for Nick Van Exel tonight. And 27 points. A 13-point lead with 4:24 to go. That one knocked out of bounds by Kersey.
And the Lakers have everything on their side. They have a 13-point lead. It's 4:23. Michael Jordan is struggling. They're playing great defense. They're making big shots. Everything on their side, except for they're not playing in L.A.
Oh, beautiful pass. Randy Brown gets it. The lead is back to 11. Here comes the trap. Kersey across the timeline. 4 minutes remaining. Eldon Campbell. Pippen plays with 5 fouls, has to give way, and Kersey tracks down the loose ball.
Another big play by Jerome Kersey. He's missed 2 shots, got the ball back. That equals 48 seconds more of basketball for the Lakers.
Campbell bodies his way in, finds the open man. Kersey misses another, and this time Kukoc has it. 3.5 remaining. Pippen for 3.
They won't go away, Vern.
Knocked out of bounds by Jordan. 3:22 to go. The lead is 8.
As well as the Lakers have played, to be only up 8 points, they have to be shaking their heads.
Van Exel. Van Exel, Kersey, Campbell, Shaquille O'Neal. Thrown away.
Oh, wow. They got mixed up there. Eddie Jones tried the back door. Van Exel left. You never leave the ground if you don't have a place to pass the basketball. And that's exactly what Nick Van Exel did.
4th turnover in the quarter, 12 for the night. Jordan. Jones doing a good job defensively. And timeout is called, a 22nd timeout called by Chicago.
Watch Nick Van Exel. He leaves the ground, nowhere to pass the ball. Eddie Jones tried the back door at the time. No one could get the pass. That's the old rule. You don't leave the ground unless you know where you're passing the basketball.
That leaves us with 2:54 remaining in regulation play. And Del Harris doing a little teaching in that Los Angeles Laker huddle to these young guys. Shaquille O'Neal in the 4th quarter, no points, no field goals attempt, no free throws, no rebounds.
Well, I tell you what, the no rebounds are surprising and the no free throw attempts. But they've trapped, the Bulls have trapped every time. They're making them pass. And you know what? He's passing the ball. He's passing the ball out. And he's letting the other guys win it. And Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones are doing just that.
10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Kukoc will throw it in.
You know, after this game, Del Harris will go up to Shaquille and say, you know what? You were great tonight in the 4th quarter, and you didn't even score.
Kukoc gets it to the hands of Jordan. Little pump fake. Michael drives, dishes, puts it too far underneath, and the shot goes in. Scottie Pippen. The lead is 6. Pippen and Jordan in the backcourt. Van Exel. finds Eldon Campbell. Rodman guards O'Neal. Shot clock at 9. Knocked out of bounds by Jordan. 7 on the shot clock.
And Jordan, energy is up again. It's up defensively. Not offensively yet, but it's up defensively. Great pass by Michael Jordan. He's struggling. He's going to let somebody else beat him.
Eldon Campbell has it. Kersey for 3. Off the mark. Rodman rebound.
Not
Here
a good
come the
shot.
Bulls.
Not a good shot. They had more time.
Scottie Pippen. Off the dribble. Taken away by Eddie Jones. No
Great
foul
steal
call.
by Eddie Jones. Another big defensive stop by the Lakers. Again, the Lakers don't need to score if they can keep getting stops like that. They already have the lead. They have points.
2 to go.
Minutes to play regulation.
Oh, over the back. Kukoc is called for the foul.
And that has to be frustrating. They didn't get the call on the reach down there, and they get the foul on that end. The Bulls can't be happy with that call. It was a good call. Over the back is a foul.
Fresh 24, 1:58 to go in regulation play. The lead is 6. Ball was tipped. Kukoc with a steal. Here's Randy Brown. Jones is back. And Jones fouls Randy Brown. Tony Kukoc with that steal.
Tony Kukoc, when you think him, you think offense. He's playing great defense, and he's playing it on Eldon Campbell. He's trying to front. He's trying to make him, he's not allowing Eldon Campbell to feel his body, and so Eldon can't seal him.
Randy Brown for the season only a 53% free throw shooter. Whoops.
And you can tell on the dribble on the free throw line that he was thinking, this is a tough shot for me. It's amazing. The game is so mental. Randy Brown can shoot the basketball, but it's in his head that he can't.
Got 1 of 2. The lead is 5. 1:44 remaining in regulation. Tony Kukoc, 15 points and 4 rebounds on 5 of 10 shooting. 1:44 to go. Tomorrow, NBA action continues on Turner Sports over on TBS. The New York Knicks go into Detroit to take on the Pistons. Grant Hill and Detroit sport one of the league's best records, and the Knicks have now won 7 in a row. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on TBS. We've got 1:44 remaining in this one, and one of the really surprising elements of Chicago and their attack in the last quarter, Michael Jordan last took a shot with 10 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, that's 8 minutes ago if you're trying to keep count. But I tell you what, he still is making his presence felt. He has driven the ball several times and kicked it out to Tony Kukoc. He made a great pass to Scottie Pippen. He understands the game of basketball, and he also understands you don't always have to be a great scorer to win a basketball game.
Rodman goes for the steal. Here's Pippen, who is fouled. No basket. Foul in the breakaway. Rodman with the steal, Pippen with the shot.
Yeah, and great defense by the Bulls. Smart foul by Shaquille O'Neal. Another guy who's not a great free throw shooter that no one talks about is Scottie Pippen.
60% for the season, 3 of 4 tonight. The lead is 4. Tex Winter in his 50th year of coaching, giving some advice to Phil Jackson on the Chicago bench.
The advice is keep the press on.
The lead is 3.
And now it's the Bulls with the hop in their step.
Pressure continues. Kersey guarded by, oh, there's a steal.
Oh, wow.
And a foul is called.
Oh, wow.
My goodness.
Boy, I tell you what, they're everywhere. Wow. I tell you what, that's a tough call right there. That's a tough one.
You sound surprised that it was made.
I'm surprised it was made because not only that it was Michael Jordan, I didn't think it was a foul. I didn't think that was a good call on anybody. It worked anyway. You know, when you're on the schoolyard, they say cheaters prove. That's what Michael just said.
See that smile from Jordan? Kersey shoots one more. 114-110 with 91 seconds remaining in regulation play. Randy Brown was played this half in place of Ron Harper. New coach finds Scottie Pippen. Jordan guarded fiercely by Eddie Jones in the post. And a foul on Eddie Jones.
And you knew they were going to call it. It was way too much contact down there. And again, obviously you can't fault Eddie Jones from his play. He's playing a great defensive game on Michael. But when the guy is struggling from the field, you'd rather for him to make a shot than put him on the free throw line.
Derek Fisher getting ready to check in. Jordan, 7 of 10 tonight from the free throw line.
That shot right there speaks volumes, Byron.
One more.
Tell you what, Dale Harris has a lot of faith in his young rookie, Derek Fisher, putting him in this type of a basketball game with 1:19 left.
The last field goal scored by Jordan, he gets 1 of 2. Came with 3:59 remaining in the third quarter. All his points in the fourth have come from free throws. Timeout, Los Angeles.
And Eddie Jones did something you do not want to do, and that's dribble in the corner on this Bulls defense.
Eddie Jones and Randy Brown jawing with each other.
Tell you what, just get to your huddle right now if you're the Lakers. The Bulls don't mind you getting upset. They want you to get upset. They want you to get mad, get upset, feel as much pressure as you can feel right now because they're going to do the same thing.
1:16 to go, 114 to 111. Really an extraordinary game. This Los Angeles team on the road. We didn't think they could keep it up, and this defensive pressure by Chicago has been extraordinary.
Yeah, the defensive pressure has gotten Chicago back in the game. Any other team is out of this game the way the Lakers have played, but not Chicago. Chicago has played well, but all game, the Lakers have come up with an answer. So far in these last 2 minutes, they have not. The guy, again, will have to be Van Exel or Eddie Jones because they can't get it to Shaq. If they can get it to Shaq early in this press, he has a shot. But right now, due to this press, Shaq doesn't catch the ball until there's 6 or 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Rodman's been on him through most of the fourth quarter. Pippen has played the entire quarter with 5 fouls. Entry pass. Van Exel in the air finds Eldon Campbell. Now back to Derek Fisher.
Left his feet again. Very fortunate.
Campbell. Here's Van Exel. 10 on the shot clock. Fisher for 3 off the front rim. O'Neal over the back. No foul call. Takes a little stutter step and misses the shot. Campbell. And a foul is now called on Chicago. Wow. My goodness.
Great rebound by Shaq. And, you know, and it did look like Shaq went over his back, but Shaq is so big, he can reach over your back without touching you. And that's probably what he's thinking. You know what else he's thinking right now? I'm glad that's Eldon Campbell on the foul line.
Campbell is 3 of 4 on the foul line tonight.
No, I have no idea. I'm surprised they didn't call a violation on Nick Van Exel. They had given Campbell the ball, and that's what Phil Jackson is saying right now. He said, listen, you've given him the ball. He can't step in the lane. The refs have to stop the play, not the player.
Scottie Pippen has a smile a mile wide.
And I hope he's not saying the same thing Charles Barkley said last week.
I think that's exactly what he was saying.
Well, I'm not going to repeat it, I'll tell you that.
Thank you for that. If you were with us last week, Barkley talked to Chris Carr on the free throw.
Yeah.
And it worked. Pippen's hollering at him. He missed them both. Pippen's got the rebound.
Boy, I tell you what.
Kukoc for 3 and a tie.
Oh, my goodness. And it's been a Tony Kukoc show in this second half.
How long has it been? The last time this game was tied, it was tied at 13 apiece. 47.3 seconds left. 47.3 seconds left in regulation, notched at 1:14 all. Los Angeles with a timeout, and during that timeout, Greg Sager was close enough to eavesdrop. Greg?
Well, the only person yelling louder than the crowd was Del Harris, particularly at his team. He said they have not gotten a good shot in the last 10 minutes. He's tired of the players throwing the ball around, making bad passes. He wants the ball down low, and he wants a good shot. In other words, get the ball to Shaq.
Well, they're trying to get the ball to Shaq. The problem is when you press like the Bulls are doing, they're choking the time. They're using up so much time on the clock. Even when Shaq gets the ball, there's not enough time to do anything. Then the Bulls set a trap. He throws it out of the trap like he is supposed to do, and there's no time on the clock. They have to get the ball up and attack like they were doing earlier. They are not attacking anymore. They're trying not to lose instead of trying to win the basketball game.
Lakers, having shot excellently through 3 quarters, are 5 of 18 in the 4th quarter, 28%, and they've turned it over 6 times. Timeout. Called by the Lakers. That's their last timeout. And we've still got 47.3 remaining. Seconds to go. Back to play. Both teams missed one quick shot, and now with 22 seconds and 10 on the shot clock, the Lakers have it. Van Exel guarded by Pippen. Drives, puts it up off balance, and banks it in.
A great shot by Nick Van Exel. A great defense by Scottie Pippen there. Oh my.
Van Exel 11 of 16 in the ball game.
He's been the guy to take the big shots. There was no time to get the ball in the Shaq, and Van Exel saw that. So what did he do? He used his quickness. He got it to the bucket. I tell you what, Scottie Pippen was there every step. That's just great defense, better offense.
Van Exel has hit the last 3 Los Angeles field goals.
And what we missed was Michael Jordan finally taking a shot, getting a good shot, and coming up short again. They getting the ball back and scoring on the Van Exel shot. What a big shot.
Michael Jordan now 10 of 30 for the night. A 22-point lead established by Los Angeles in the first half. They had leads of as many as 18 or 19 in most of the second half. Lakers got it to within 10 in the 3rd quarter, and then a surge led by their defensive effort in the 4th. They finally tied it up at 1:14 all, but now the Lakers lead by 2.
And a big 2 that is. It's going to be interesting right now to see what Phil Jackson does. He usually would go to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is 10 for 30 right now. Tony Kukoc is on fire. Scottie Pippen, I think, has had an advantage offensively all night. Do you go to one of those 2, or do you go to Michael Jordan? I go to Michael Jordan. That sounds crazy, but he's made so many big shots. I might have to stay with him. Now, I will say this, that in the past, Phil Jackson loves giving the ball to Tony Kukoc down the stretch. He is a big game, big shot maker. He's made a lot of them for this team.
Kukoc in the 4th quarter tonight, 16 points, 4 of 5 on 3-pointers. In the 4th quarter tonight, O'Neal has taken only the 2 shots. Doc has explained that the result of the pressure, the press more than anything else.
Yeah, really, he's not struggling. He has not had a chance. Even on that last possession, they wanted to get the ball down to Shaquille O'Neal. When Van Exel looked at the clock, it was 5 seconds on the shot clock. He had to drive. If he had thrown that down to the post, they would have trapped him or fouled him, and they didn't want either one of those things to happen. Now, Michael, on the other hand, has actually played well himself in the fourth quarter, not shooting well, but he's been all over the place defensively, rebounding, blocking shots. It'll be interesting again what happens on this last call.
14.2 remaining in regulation play.
And this is when the confidence of a superstar comes into effect. A normal player or an average player, or even a good player who's having a 10 for 30 night, he wouldn't shoot the ball. He wouldn't want the ball. I guarantee you Michael Jordan has no problem getting the ball down here and taking a shot. And one thing he can do, he can always draw fouls.
Steve Kerr has also checked into the Chicago lineup. So it's Kukoc and Kerr, Rodman, Pippen, and Jordan.
Has 4 3-point shooters on the court. The rule is you go for a tie at home and a win on the road. They're at home, but they're not playing well. So it'll be interesting to see what they do again.
Ignore that 3 in the shot clock in the lower left. 14.2 remaining in the game. Pippen, Kukoc.
They're going with Tony Kukoc.
Kukoc fouled by O'Neal. He'll go to the line.
Tell you what, Vern, that's not an awful foul. That's not an awful foul. He had a nice opening. He was further enough away from Shaq that I don't think Shaq could block that shot. Shaq knew that. You can see he was fouled.
Kukoc tonight, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. A chance to tie if he hits them both. One more. Los Angeles out of timeouts. Kukoc, what a huge fourth quarter. Randy Brown is going to check in for Steve Kerr.
And this delay is not helping Tony Kukoc at all. Standing on the free throw line that long. He's made big shots before.
We're tied. Eddie Jones almost loses it. Van Exel. We're going to overtime.
Scottie Pippen got a good laugh at Van Exel walking off the floor. They've been going at it for the last 10 minutes of this game, and the Bulls right now are showing a championship heart.
Down by 22 at one point tonight. We wind up notched at 116. A 5-minute overtime is coming up. United Center sold out. This is the 448th sellout consecutively for the Chicago organization. Of course, most of those in the old building across Madison Avenue. But boy, this crowd has been thrilled tonight. They sat in stunned silence for much of the first 3 quarters of the ball game. The Bulls fell down by 22 points to the hot shooting Los Angeles Laker team. Then they began to apply the defensive pressure in the second half. Finally caught up and tied it for the first time at 114 all with 47 seconds remaining. Now we're tied, and I would think momentum is wearing the Chicago jersey.
Yeah, momentum obviously is on Chicago's side. Experience is on Chicago's side. But I tell you what, there's a theory in the NBA. If you dig a hole for yourself and you keep trying to dig out, you dig out, and you finally dig out. Once you do dig out of that hole, there's nothing left. The thing that the Lakers have on their side, they have youth and they have legs. And that could help them in this overtime. I tell you who I would worry about again, and I keep saying this, I know you think I'm crazy, Michael Jordan. Overtime to players, you feel like it's a whole new ball game. When you've been down all game, you've been struggling all game, and then you get into overtime. You go over there, and you're sitting in there, and I tell you, right now, he's sitting in there thinking, wow, I get another shot at this. And you don't want to give him another shot.
I would think not. Earlier in November on the road in Houston, this young Los Angeles Laker team went into double overtime and handed the Rockets one of only 2 losses they've suffered this year. Chicago has not been in overtime thus far this season. And they never lost their poise.
No, they didn't. And I pointed that out to you earlier, that they were down by 12 points with about 4 minutes left, and they looked so calm, like we believe in ourselves. And that's why they have 4 big trophies. The Lakers must, and I'm saying must, establish in the paint low post scorer again. They went totally away from that. Due to the Bulls defense, they need to get back to that if they're going to win this game.
Lakers were up by 13 with 4.5 remaining. Just to underline your point, here is O'Neal. The double comes from Michael Jordan. It's stolen. If the Bulls take the lead, it'll be their first of the night. And it will not go for Michael Jordan tonight.
No, it will not. Michael's looking at Randy Brown like you should have shot it. I tell you what, Scottie Pippen, he probably didn't see Michael, but it would have been a great time right off this steal to give Michael the bucket so he can get an easy point and get his rhythm going.
Jordan 1 of 11 in the second half. And now overtime. Campbell guarded by Kukoc. Pippen.
And Pippen has 5 fouls.
Right. And how about the aggressive defense? And how about that prayer? And how about the offensive board? And another one. O'Neal back to Van Exel with a fresh 20 now on the shot clock.
Fresh 20, they're going to have a shot and getting the ball to Shaq early into the clock.
Skip pass out to Kersey. He's been cold in the ball game.
He's been cold, and he has to make a shot because that's the guy they're trapping off of right now.
Kersey is 2 of 13 from the field. Pippen for 3.
And this is like a boxing match right now. Both teams are trying to fit each other out, fill each other out in the overtime.
Andrew Golota is back home in Chicago. I don't think he's in the building.
Yes. No low blows, please.
Van Exel again.
And that's been the man. That's been the man. You know, you would think Michael and Shaq. It's been Tony, Kukoc, and it's been Dick Van Exel in his second half.
Kukoc pick and roll with Dennis Rodman. O'Neal shifts out on Kukoc. Tied it up.
I tell you what, they have a great mismatch with Tony. That time it was Shaq, before it was Elton Campbell. Tony knows he can go around him, and he's doing that. He's not selling just for those three-point shots. He's taking the ball to the bucket.
Van Exel again, guarded by Randy Brown. Help comes, Van Exel hits it.
Wow. And they did what they wanted to do. They took him away from the double team. They took him away from the pick and roll, and he still made the shot.
33 points for Van Exel. Jordan from Pippen. No. Wow. 1 of 12 in this half for Michael Jordan.
The thing that's most amazing about Michael, the shots aren't close anymore.
Kersey, 2 of 14. Kukoc is open right side. They go underneath. Whoa, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Randy Brown, are you kidding me?
No, when he went up for that shot, I was thinking there's no way he's going to make this shot. That was a John Starks against the Bulls in the playoffs 3 or 4 years ago.
2 to go in overtime. Van Exel has been brilliant tonight. This time he'll go to the free throw line. Go back and take a look at Randy Brown.
When you look at this, and the odds are not on his side. That's Elton Campbell and Jerome Kersey going after that. There's no way he makes that shot unless he dunks it.
Foul was on Kukoc. That's his 5th. Van Exel, 33 points tonight.
Look at him and Scottie Pippen. They've been going at it all game. I don't know what they got going, but it's pretty good.
Well, Pippen is not passing up any chance to say something.
No, he's not. And obviously, Nick will not either.
A 1-point Laker lead. Randy Brown gets it to Kukoc. There's the switch again, and O'Neal has Kukoc. Takes it over him for 3. Oh, mercy!
Oh, my goodness.
That is the first Chicago lead tonight.
Wow. And you know what set that up was the play before, he took Shaquille off the dribble. So Shaquille gave him some room. He got a 3-point up.
Underneath, Rodman takes O'Neal down hard. That looked like a playoff foul.
Yeah, that was a playoff. This is a playoff game. It didn't start out that way, but it sure is now. And that's how you have to foul Shaq. He's so strong. He's so strong. The good thing about this was they didn't call a flagrant, which they very easily could have.
There was the three by Kukoc. He's 5 of 6 on three-pointers since the third quarter.
And you can see Shaq back on his heels thinking, he's going to take me, and he takes the jump shot.
O'Neal, 3 of 4 tonight.
And I can tell you now, it's Hack-a-Shaq time. When he gets the ball, if he has any chance of scoring, they're going to foul him. And they should. They really should.
Rodman, big rebound. Pippen has it. This is the first Chicago lead of the night.
I think you go to Scotty or you go back. You go back to Tony. I think you got to keep going to Tony. When a man's in the zone, you milk it as long as you can.
Van Exel picked up by Randy Brown. 1 minute to go in overtime. Van Exel now has 35 points tonight.
He's on fire. And I tell you what, he's on fire against a great defender. Randy Brown is a great defensive player. And Nick Van Exel, relax, he's having the ball.
Pippen takes it all the way. Goaltending. Well, if you're going to goaltend, make it worth your while.
And you know what? That's not a bad move by him anyway. Make the refs make the call. Listen, Scottie Pippen had a point-blank, wide-open layup. Goaltended. Maybe the refs won't make the call. You never know.
Well, that was reminiscent of the one he knocked away from Kenny Anderson in overtime in the Portland win the other night. A 2-point lead, 30 seconds remaining. Van Exel for 3. In and out. Eddie Jones for 3. In and out. Rodman rebound, timeout Chicago. And Kersey knocks the ball away. Be careful. Here comes O'Neal.
And I tell you what, Scotty and Michael are saying, Dennis, you're not getting at anything right now. What's missing this whole thing right now, Vern, is a great timeout by Dennis Rodman because he didn't want to get fouled. He understands what he can do. He didn't want to get fouled. He calls a timeout before the Lakers can foul him. And now the Bulls maybe will take him out and take that threat away.
That young fellow we saw was very angry, I think.
Yeah, he was. That is a great call. Let me tell you, that's a great call. And that's just an overreaction by Dennis. He's trying to get something going. Another actually smart play by Dennis Rodman.
And boy, Jordan and Pippen were really quick to get into the wrestling match.
Yeah, and Jordan's good. I tell you, he looked good on that. I wouldn't wrestle him either. Don't want to play him, wouldn't want to wrestle him. Look at this.
Scottie Pippen with the Great presence of mind by Rodman to call the timeout.
You know,
then Kersey came.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want about Dennis Rodman as what he does off the court or whatever. That guy knows the game of basketball. And I'm telling you, that's a great timeout. He understands, hey, I'm not a good free throw shooter. I got a rebound. They're going to foul me. I'm calling a timeout. That is a heads up, great call in a tight game where a lot of times you don't have time to think. He did. That's a smart play.
So the Lakers have 3 full timeouts left. Chicago has used 1. Neither has a 20. And the Lakers have 1 foul to give. Now we've talked so much about Michael Jordan's struggle in the second half. Shaquille O'Neal scored 4 points in the third quarter. He has been scoreless in the last 23 minutes and 20 seconds.
And that's why Phil Jackson was so calm about guys guarding Shaquille, because he understood that the Bulls have the best press in NBA history. In NBA history, there's never been a press like this, and he believes in that press. And what that press does, it takes big guys out of games because they can't get the ball. They can't get the ball in the post, you can't score.
What has been most surprising to you about LA's inability here in the fourth quarter?
Well,
overtime.
Just Nick Van Exel is such a great ball handler. I'm surprised that the Bulls are successful in getting the ball out of his hands. I thought he would be able to break. Little guys have had success against this press because they've been able to break it with their ball handling. And Nick Van Exel in the second half of the fourth quarter has not been able to do that. It's not his fault. He's going up against a great press.
Well, we said at the outset that this one had some promise.
Yeah, boy.
What a Christmas gift this has been for all of us. And we've got 20.7 remaining. Chicago leading by 2, 125-123.
I mean, if you're the Lakers, what are you thinking right now? We played great. If you're the Lakers, you're thinking, we played great. We're down 2 on the road with 20 seconds left in the game. They must foul right away. I'm surprised that Dennis Rodman is still in the game. If you're the Lakers, you let him catch the ball. Dennis is getting down court to get out of the way. Good move.
He's trying to get as far away from the ball as he can.
And
here's
the best
Steve
free
Kerr.
throw shooter on the court has the ball.
So Steve Kerr will go to the line.
The team's first in the last 2
Well, the Lakers had a foul to give there, so they have to do it again. And if you're the Bulls, if all the guys on the court who touches the ball, you want Steve Kerr to touch the ball.
Had the foul to give, obviously. Scottie Pippen calls time.
And that's what the Bulls are doing. There were several guys open just then, and he wanted to get the ball to Steve Kerr. Smart play by the Bulls. That's why they're a world championship basketball team.
Bulls up by 2, 125-123 with 17.7 remaining in overtime. The Lakers still with 3 timeouts. No fouls to give now. Chicago having used another timeout. They have 1 remaining.
And that's a big timeout for the Bulls because now they have to get the ball in. They don't want to waste their last timeout. You don't know what's going to happen with this game. This game has been so crazy. You know there's going to be a foul committed by the Lakers right away. They're probably going to try to steal the ball first and then call a foul. They did take Dennis Rodman out, and I think that's a great move by Bill Jackson, putting Bill Winnington in. Another guy who can shoot free throws a little bit better than Bill Winnington, but so can shoot better than Rodman, but so can I and you.
I'm not so sure about me.
I tell you what, though, Dennis is as bad as you think he is. He makes big free throws a lot of times, too. He's a tough player.
Scottie Pippen will inbound. Kukoc, Kerr, Jordan, and Wennington. Eddie Jones flies at Michael Jordan.
And I am shocked, and so is Michael Jordan, because Eddie Jones went for the steal. They anticipated that he was going to foul him. And Michael Jordan is thinking, hey, he never fouled me. Let me use some more time on the clock. And that's exactly what he's thinking right now.
Jordan just looked back at Van Exel. Now, Van Exel's going to say something, I think. Yep. And Jordan just pulled his pants down. They tripped each other almost inadvertently, but I don't think the inadvertently applies. Now Jordan shoots.
And for the first time in Chicago history, the fans are nervous with Jordan on the line. And you don't see that very often.
3-point lead.
Now this is the shot. This shot means a lot.
Lakers call time. They trail by 4. They led 113 to 100 with 4.5 minutes remaining in regulation play. Well, there's some promise in Detroit tomorrow night. The New York Knicks have won 7 in a row. The Pistons have kept pace with the Chicago Bulls so far this season. Great story there. That game coming up tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on our sister network, TBS. 16.8 left in this one. Van Exel has had a brilliant night.
Played his heart out. He's played so well. He's played nice defense. He's made nice passes, and he's made big shot after big shot after big shot. But if they don't win this game, he should run from Scottie Pippen, because Scottie will be all over him.
Lakers hit 61% from the field the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter and overtime, 9 of 30 for 30%.
And you know, you got 16.8 seconds right here. what they want to do is get a quick shot. They don't need a three. It'd be nice. It'd be nice if they can get one. But they want to get a quick bucket and a foul. Either way, it'd be nice to get a three. Van Exel is a great guy to set it up because he has the step-back jump shot, and he's been hot all night.
Van Exel with 33 points. He's the only Laker to hit a field goal in the last 11 minutes of the game.
Yeah, but the Lakers have some guys that they can put in. I think they can put in Byron Scott. You can see, I think they're going to put in Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher. They got a bunch of guys who can shoot threes here. So what they're going to do, they're going to give it to Van Exel, try to get him to break the defense down to see if he's going to get help. And if he gets help, he'll kick it out and throw it to one of those guys for a three. If not, he's going to take it all the way to the bucket.
Well, our Bud player of the game with his effort in the fourth quarter and overtime, Tony Kukoc. Just a brilliant fourth quarter. He has 31 points and 6 rebounds, 9 of 16. He was deadly from three-point range in the final stanza tonight, and he gave Chicago its only lead of the game with a three-pointer over Shaquille O'Neal.
And as good as his offense was, his defense might have been even bigger. He made big steals. He played Elton Campbell down the stretch, held him scoreless also, and he deserves it. It's an easy prize to give tonight.
Kersey will inbound. Van Exel has it, guarded by Randy Brown. Thrown away. Tipped by Michael Jordan, who disagrees violently with the call. And the Lakers will throw it in.
Well, they tried to get the ISO play for Van Exel. He actually had the shot. I'm surprised he passed it on that. They were looking for Byron Scott. Not a bad guy to look for, I tell you that.
Bryant's also on the floor. O'Neal guarded by Rodman.
I tell you what, Randy Brown just twisted his ankle. You got to find his man.
And his man is Van Exel, and they don't get it to him.
Bulls personal foul, Tony Kukoc, his 6th.
7.1 seconds left. Kukoc just fouled out.
But watch Randy Brown here. Right now, they don't recognize. If they could have gotten that ball to Nick Van Exel, he had a point-blank three, and there's nothing Randy Brown could do about it. And they're going to leave him in.
Kukoc will have to sit. Randy Brown stays on the floor. Wennington replaces him.
And the problem, what happens here now is you have to keep Dennis Rodman on the floor also due to that injury.
Brown can't go.
No, Dennis is probably, and he is a higher percentage from the free throw line than Randy Brown. So you want him to stay in.
Kobe Bryant misses the first.
Yeah, tough spot for him to be in right now.
And the second. Rodman is fouled by Eldon Campbell. At the free throw line, the Lakers, dead last in the league in that category, have hit 3 of their last 12.
Yeah, the pressure and the inability to be good free throw shooters, and that'll hurt them. That'll hurt them all season. They need big leads down the stretch because teams are going to foul them. They're going to foul all their guys. The guy you want on the line is Van Exel, and once he gives it up, it's an easy foul.
Rodman hits the first. He's got one more.
And you know what Rodman is doing right now? He's making the Lakers hate him. He's making them hate him, and he wants them to.
Got them both. Timeout, Los Angeles. When they were down by 22 in the first half of this ball game, you never had a sense that they lost their composure, that they ever felt like they were out of it.
No, you talk about the heart of a champion. I don't know if we've seen a better example than tonight, Vern. This has been a great game to watch. And the Lakers, they have to be devastated. The sad thing about this and the tough thing about the NBA, they have to play tomorrow night.
Right. Up the road in Milwaukee. So it's out to the airport and onto the plane for at least mercifully a short trip. But Scottie Pippen.
And he's been relaxed all game. I tell you what, though, you look at Michael. He's such a competitor. he's really happy with this win. He's excited. He had a big part in it defensively. But he's down mentally right now. He's upset at the way he played, and that's what drives him. I mean, what's going through your mind right now if you're a Laker?
It's shoulda, coulda, woulda.
It is. It's a shame, too, because they had him. I mean, they had him. They had him exactly where they wanted him. And a couple of turnovers is what turned this game around. Every time the Bulls got a turnover, the Lakers started thinking more about their press, and they gave the Bulls more confidence in the press, something they believed in all along anyway. If you look at the game, Scotty had a good game. Michael has 30 points but didn't play very well, and they still win, and they win because Tony Kukoc. They won because Randy Brown played a great game. You know, Ron Harper, a guy who's the heart of this team, or one of the hearts of this team, didn't play much, and they still win this basketball game. You never can count them out.
Nick Van Exel with 33 tonight, but it apparently 36, beg pardon, it's apparently not going to be enough. 14 of 21 from the field. Now Ron Harper reappears on the floor with Jordan, Kerr, Rodman, and Scottie Pippen, who has played the entire fourth quarter in overtime with 5 fouls. Kobe Bryant. Rodman with another rebound. That's 18 tonight. An extraordinary game. The Lakers lead by 22 in the first half. They lead by 13 with 4.5 to go in regulation. Tony Kukoc leads them from behind with a brilliant fourth quarter in overtime. And let's check in with Craig Sager.
Well, Dennis, obviously you're down 22 points, but you guys never gave up. At what point did you look in their eyes and say, hey, we can win this thing?
I don't know what to say. It's amazing. You know, it's kind of emotional where you see these guys. We never gave up. And you see in the fourth quarter, we didn't get calls, we didn't get anything. But Tony Kukoc came up big tonight, big time.
35 points for Scottie Pippen, also 3 points on the souffle when he and Jordan took you down on the sidelines.
That's what basketball is all about. People like to see stuff like that, a little activity, a little here and there. I mean, but that's the way it should be. You know, don't contain this, just let them go. Let them be wide and free, baby.
A very emotional week for you with the suspension. But did you have fun tonight? You said you were bored earlier. Was this what it's all about?
I had a great time. This kind of games I like to get up for, and hoping the rest of the season will be like this. And you can't say enough about this team. We're an old team, but we're very veteran and wise and crafty team, and people should not count us out.
Great rebounding, terrific job on Shaq defensively in the second quarter, and nice free throws at the end.
Oh yeah, you know, Shaq only had 6 points in the second half or something like that. You know, people said that Dennis Rodman is this, Dennis Rodman is that, but they can't deny. But he's a hell of a basketball player.
Yes, he is. Thanks a lot, Dennis. Let's go back to Vern.
Are any of us surprised that Dennis Rodman knew exactly how many points Shaquille had?
Yes.
Tony Kukoc, Dennis said big, large. I mean, any adjective, you had a terrific second half.
Yeah, we didn't quit. We always play like this till the end, 48 minutes. Actually, we played some more minutes tonight.
You needed those more minutes.
Yeah, but it's hard, but nobody quit. We hustle every play until the end. Actually, as Dennis said, we didn't get some calls, but it doesn't matter. That's the way we play.
As impressive as your offense was and the big shots, I was telling Vern I was more impressed with your defense down the stretch. You were on Campbell most of the fourth quarter, and you also caused some nice steals at the end of the game and in the fourth quarter.
They always joke about my defense, but I think it's improving, and I'm trying to prove that each time I step on the court.
Tony, there was a demeanor of the team. I mean, no one ever lost their composure. You're trailing by 13 with 4.5 to go, and it looked like the game was just starting.
It happened for us a few times the last year that we came back from 20, even 30 points deficit. I think that was Denver game. We didn't win that one, but we came like +6 after being down by 30. So we realized that the basketball games, like people said, everybody has a run. So why not try? Why not give it a shot? And it happened tonight.
Well, you guys gave us, all of us who enjoy this game, a terrific Christmas present. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations, Tony Kukoc.
Thank you.
The Chicago Bulls win it 129-123 in overtime. They go to 21-3, and we're going to Ernie Johnson and Cheryl Miller in Atlanta after this.